Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. I am the host and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country. And tonight is a very special night. As you know, I have been in isolation on recuperation, on self-mending, isolated in an abyss of my own mind and body. And tonight we're doing some damage control. Tonight we are tending to the disaster that is your lives absent explorations. That and much more tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Good evening, my explorers. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Namaste, everyone. How's everyone feeling out there? Blessings to you. It is me, Leslie Tanner, host and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country. From coast to coast, we are transforming lives in every conceivable way with the most simple and profound personal power system available on the market. This is Ground Zero. This is the landmark call-in show that has changed the face of not just the internet, of media in general, of the self for always, until the universe inevitably absorbs all of us and any trace that we existed. And that in itself right there is the beginning of our journey. And let's start there. Namaste. How are we doing tonight? Blessings and namaste. So feels so good to see so many names. It feels so good. Mick Nabbit, namaste. Well, welcome, Mick Nabbit. We got a first-time sub. We got a first-time sub, Mick Nabbit. Everybody welcome Mick Nabbit. Can we get some namaste in the chat right now for Mick Nabbit? Blessings. Blessings to Brother Mick Nabbit, or whatever you are. My thing is fucking up. There we go. Maybe a little better. Psyduck, single bit. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you, Psyduck. Namaste. Wonderful to be with you. Like I said, guys, it is I run a VHS Aesthetic YouTube channel, and namaste to you. Let's chat about it, McNabbit. Namaste. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit, but I promise you, if you sit tight, you will enjoy the first day of the rest of your life. That I guarantee you. Go ahead and ask anybody else in the chat right now. Pepper and Cheney coming in with a resub for 16 months. My sub is better than the last sub, and that's true. That's true. It is superior by about 15 months. Namaste to you. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what time that is. Guys, it's early, but why not? Let's do a little bit, huh? Let's have a little bit of that evening time sensuality. It doesn't all need to be late night sensuality. It can be an evening time sensuality. Namaste, everybody. Let's let our bodies express themselves. Go ahead and touch somebody. Go ahead and tell somebody in chat that you are touching them through electronic vibrations in the chat. Namaste. I will provide the ambiance for you all to touch each other E-style. Namaste, everybody. Stuli, this is an EWI, an electronic wind instrument USB controller. Namaste to you. Wonderful question from Stuli. Namaste to you, Stuli. Pimperknuckle coming in. Psyduck, I see those 5 bits. You ain't thinking about me, you son of a bitch. You ain't thinking about me tonight, Pimperknuckle. Also resubbing with that Prime, that sweet Prime. Oh, Lord, do I love a Prime. 9 months the program works. 9 months. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the phrase over and over again, the program works, and you might be wondering exactly what does that mean, or how can I be sure? As somebody that's kind of new here might be asking themselves, how do I know this program works? I hear people saying the phrase, the program works, but how do I know that for sure? Well, we're gonna get into that tonight, but let's just leave it at this for now, as we embrace our bodies through the sensuality of jazz. Let's leave it at this. If somebody like Pimperknuckle, who's been here for 9 months, a sub for 9 months, says the program works, why would he be here still if it didn't work? Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Wonderful to be with you. Fluxstorm, namaste rating. Fluxstorm, brother Fluxstorm rating. Good to have you. Good to see you. Holy moly, embarrassed with riches are we this evening. Namaste to Fluxstorm for the wonderful raid. Also, I saw a raid earlier from somebody real quick. Let's check on who that was. That raid was from Agent Luna Moon. Agent Luna Moon, you still here? Luna Moon, hon, you still here? Luna Moon. I don't know what you are, but I'm saying hun, because it feels right and I'm not going back. Luna Moon, thank you so much. Cougar Pie 10 community subs. Holy freaking moly. Namaste to Cougar Pie. Extremely generous of you. Extremely generous of you, sweetheart. Really appreciate that. Cougar Pie, generous beyond words, truly this evening, getting us started very generously with, I can hardly say it, 10 community subs. Cougar Pie, good to see you. It truly is. Namaste to you. Namaste. Wonderful to be with you guys. As I said, I'm coming off a period of self-recuperation, isolation, relegated to the abyss at the intersection of my mind and body. Namaste to everybody for being here or this early in the night. And tonight is all about you guys. It's always all about you, but especially tonight, it is all about you, ladies and gentlemen, because we are doing what we like to call damage control. A little thing that we like to call damage control around here. Now, as much as I profess to you the gift of my absence, being a gift greater than my presence or my words could ever be, many of you have come to rely on me and this program, Namaste, and who could blame you? The most effective personal power program in the country. You have come to rely on the regular guidance that I provide through this program. And in its absence, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't take a genius to see how badly all of your lives fall apart. If I could show you the extent of my direct messages that I receive, nearly constantly during my little vacations. Of Leslie, I'm not sure. Do I call 911? Is this a mental health crisis? Leslie, I'm having dark thoughts. Please help me. What do I do? Leslie, I'm thinking about. I found some pills. I'm thinking about taking them. An old friend from high school is asking me to huff computer duster again. Leslie, do I do it? Leslie, I'm thinking about sleeping with an ex. Leslie this, Leslie that. Leslie, I'm a child and I'm unsure whether I should drive. That was probably the funniest one. Of course they did, and they didn't die. I checked the local news reports on that one, and they definitely they killed about 7 people. Yep, 8-year-old boy, real fat little boy. I know him because I used to live across the street from him. 8-year-old fat little boy. He's got like a fat forehead. You know what I'm talking about? When somebody gets so fat, namaste, pepperoncini, 200 bits, dodge this. 200 bits, dodge this. Wow. Namaste to you, pepperoncini. Really appreciate that. Dodge this. And now everyone, that's a reference to the greatest film ever made. The greatest film ever made. The Matrix. And we're going to be spending some time with The Matrix over the coming weeks. We're going to be spending some time with that. So look forward to announcements on that. But for now, guys, I feel called to vibrate in a different way. Wow, what a way to get the energy up in here, huh? I can feel the electricity coming from chat already. It's extreme, it's intense. I'm on fucking fire right now. Namaste to all of you. Blessings and namaste. I'm going to push the camera back a little bit because I see a little bit of I see a little bit of something I don't want to see. So see if we can fix it. I got a silly little setup right now. Let's see if we can fix it, huh? A little bit. Nope. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord God. All right, let's see if that holds. All right, that's gonna do it. Okay, yeah, I've got this silly little tripod thing. It's got bendy little arms, and it's not holding up. Namaste. Namaste. Fram Weard subbing for the 13th month in a row. I'm tired. Fram Weard just popping in saying, hey, I'm a moderator and I'm tired. Well, namaste. It's because our moderators are always hard at work, guys. Can we take a second and acknowledge our real quick communal vision from Nigel Pennyweather? I have seen things you wouldn't believe beyond the wall. Namaste to Nigel. Appreciate that, genuinely. That's a perspective that's really going to set, get us started right, as it normally is from Nigel Pennyweather. We have come to expect nothing less than that from Nigel Pennyweather. Namaste, everybody. So, guys, listen, I'm Leslie. You know that. This is the most effective personal power program in the country. And I see a lot of new names tonight. From some people that I am so excited to welcome into the fold. So excited to invite you to enjoy the first day of the rest of your life through the most effective personal power program in the country. Namaste. Can we see some ones? If you have not been here before, if this is your first time tonight, let me see some ones in the chat. Let me just see a couple ones. Namaste to you. Oh, Phil Z74, I missed your sub. SH10151, Explorer, addicted to porn, not a good person. I quite possibly feel like the program has made me rich beyond measure. Probably. Namaste to you. ZXC, first time. Great to have you. Wonderful. Oh, I'm seeing some wands. I'm seeing Lurker One. Pat Alien, good to see you, by the way. I'm glad. Thank you for popping up. That's very brave of you to come off that back wall. I see some lurkers popping up. I see some names I haven't seen before. Namaste to you. Phil Z74 subbing for the how many? I don't know what you were talking about, Phil. Resubbing. I was during the Jazz Express. I was in the moment, Phil. You know better than to bug me while I'm channeling the sensuality of jazz music. You know better than that. Let's just say that. Welcome the right ghost. Blessings and namaste to you. Phil Z74, 27 months. 27 months. Namaste. No, ZXC, I know. We're joking around. ZXC, we're messing around. Are you saying that you got me? Because you didn't get me. You gotta try a little harder than that to get me. Sir Doo-Doo Squirts. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. Breastings, I guess I could have said. I could have just, I started saying the R, and I think it's because I think about breasts quite a bit. I think about breasts, the roundness of breasts, and I think about them moving around, but then I think about them lactating. And sometimes I think about, whether all lactation is good lactation. And I think that could be a theme. Let's make that Thursday's theme. Is all lactation good lactation? I don't know the answer to that. I ask that question in looking to stoke this community into thinking beyond. Namaste. Cooker Pie saying, God, I love breasts. I love to hear that from you, Cooker Pie. Me and you, we should touch base on that, huh? I love them too. I'm on your side. We got some people with breasts in chat. We got some people loving breasts in chat, and some people love the breasts that also have breasts in chat. And I love to see this confluence of many different experiences, many sexualities, and many different bodies, and whatever the fuck each and every single one of you are. I cherish the fact that you're here. Well, guys, let's get back down to business. Brass tacks. This is the most effective personal power program, and tonight we are doing. Oh, wrong button. Wrong. There we go. We're doing damage control tonight. So when I open up the line in just a moment, I got a couple orders of business, and when I open up the lines in just a moment, what we're going to be doing is doing damage control. And by that, I mean I will be taking calls from each and every single one of you in the chat tonight, and we'll be taking stock of the past nearly 2 weeks at this point. 1 week and 5 days since I last sat with you here on the program and guided you through something or another, some theme. I think it was the program works. Frequently schizo, namaste to you, and welcome. Welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It feels so. Oh, guys, everybody welcome Frequently Schizo, please. Everybody welcome Frequently Schizo. Can we get some namastes? Ooh, there's some breasts in the chat. Now you're getting me all messed up. Cherish, good to see you, hon. Missed you too. Not Mish. Made her boobies with a little bit bigger of nipples, and then these other ones with tiny teeny little, like little pixel nipples. And you know, and that's part of the beauty. That's part of the beauty of breasts, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Namaste. Now, Pepperoncini, really appreciate that. Great. Getting us started off right. Thank you so much. As I was saying just a moment ago, tonight we are doing damage control. So the reason we're doing that is because a lot of times I come off these breaks and I return to a community thinking, you know, I remember the first break I went on thinking like, oh, I left from the program, the most effective personal power program in the country. Of course, they're going to be able to tend to their own wounds, tend to the self in my absence. Certainly, they'll be able to do that. It's just been a week, and I came back and it was a disaster. I had 3 people have to go to the emergency room, 5150. They were a danger to themselves or others. They were committed to a psych ward. They came back, slurred speech from the antipsychotics, had a nurse molest them in the psych ward, and I thought they were going to be able to avoid all that. I thought they were going to be able to avoid all that, but no. So tonight, I fully expect at least 2 calls having visited a psych ward, maybe one of those being molested by a nurse in the psych ward, or any manner of things. I got arrested. I got in trouble for getting in a fight at the laundromat. One guy called, I remember after the first break, he got in a fight at the laundromat with a dryer, if you'd imagine that. He was huffing spray paint. He was a homeless veteran. He was huffing spray paint out of his little, you know, that little duffel bag, that cool little duffel bag they give you. When they give you a pat on the butt, a duffel bag, and an 18-month line at the VA to get antidepressants, they give you that duffel bag. So he was filling his duffel bag with spray paint, and he was huffing the spray paint out of the bag. And so they ended up calling a SWAT team on him because he had a knife. He was whipping it around, doing all sorts of crazy cool stuff. Because those Army guys, they can learn all sorts of crazy shit sometimes. And he was doing lots of cool ninja shit. And I remember I watched the security cam footage that he sent me. But he was put down by a taser and some smoke bombs. He was fighting with a dryer. He did not, and he thought the dryer was his dad. So guys, listen, if you're calling up and you're embarrassed, you're like, did I let Leslie down by letting my life go to shambles over the past week and 5 days? First of all, yes, you did. You disappointed me. You let me down. I wish you were stronger. I wish you were better and smarter. You are letting me down. You were a burden on my life, but a burden I cherish. So when you give me a call tonight and you got some story about this, that, or the other, I have heard it all. I have heard it all, and I'm excited to hear it all even more. Now I'm saying, oh, and Godspeed. R.I.P. Sergeant Salazar. Sergeant Salazar. Namaste to you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you appreciate that little in memoriam for a sergeant. Well, listen, I don't, you know, for any veterans, any veterans in the chat, namaste to you. Listen, my heart goes out to you. I know not directly, but I know how difficult. I've worked with many veterans, and I know firsthand, well, I guess secondhand, but basically firsthand, because my empathy is so strong. I'm basically a veteran. I'm basically a Gulf War vet. I was basically on the front lines with you, getting shell shock, getting mustard gas, having the Army make me sign a thing and putting experimental drugs in me, entrapping me with a private security firm and mind controlling me, in upstate New York, and then sending me to some right-wing militias. In the middle of the country in Oklahoma, putting together, some sort of some domestic terrorist attack. I did that basically through my sense of empathy. So I just want you all to know that that's where I'm at. That's where I'm coming, especially for my veterans. So if you had a veteran freak out, add it to the list. Give me a call, 708-240-8953 in a moment. But before we do that, how are we? How are we in chat? Let me check in with you guys. You know me. Once I get started, it's difficult to stop because I'm so filled with the universe. I feel so activated by the universe to give you so much. And I want to check in with you all, though. I saw Cherish saying that she was doing good. Not me. One of my brother's friends' dads was an ex-Marine. Sometimes he'd climb in the neighbor's tree with a gun and yell, "Yikes. Yikes." I'd love to work with him. Though. I'll visit him in the tree. If he's in a tree, I'll climb a tree. I'll get a gun too. I'll bring my gun. I have guns. I'll bring some rallies. There's some checkers. Whatever we got closest by. But those fries are tremendous. Guys, can't we agree? Can we agree, ladies and gentlemen, both at YouTube and Twitch, can we agree that the fries at rallies and checkers are slept on? Can we agree on that? Alistair Page, been a rough week. Namaste to you. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, says McNabbit. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, of course, it was my it was my treat. It was my pleasure to see and respond, to make space for you, to allow our dreams to coexist with one another and be failed. Be disappointed, failed together. Communal vision. Namaste to you. Psyduck, in the time you've been gone, I got addicted to heroin, overcame it, and now just do it on occasion as a little treat. Well, congratulations to Psyduck. You should go speak at like middle schools. There is room for that. I can connect you with some very open-minded principals at some middle schools in my area that would be so eager for someone like you to come in to the auditorium, sit down with a bunch of 11 to 14-year-olds and tell them exactly what you just told me, but over the course of about 45 minutes with a little bit of Tribe Called Quest in the background. Some hip-hop. Wear some overalls, undo one of the things, put on Tribe, and tell that story. Tell your story. Tell yours. Psyduck, namaste. Elementary school, you could. You could do that. Acronis, great to see you over at YouTube, by the way. All right, so everyone's doing bad, it looks like, which is what I predicted. Everyone's, there's some people doing good, but if you're doing good, you're an exception. Everyone else doing really bad, it looks like. Middling to bad, so let's keep going. Orders of business, guys, you know the first one. First one is, guys, I love getting stuff from you. I last checked the P.O. box, I didn't have anything waiting for me. Disappointment of a lifetime. Guys, send me some stuff. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. I don't care if it's a postcard. I don't care if it's an envelope. I don't care if there's not even anything written inside of it. Or it could be a whole ass package. I love getting anything from you guys. Send it on over to that P.O. Box. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. Namaste to you. Fram, I keep forgetting to send you an excellent gift. Fram, please stop forgetting. Please stop forgetting and hit me with it. I'd love to get it. M. Robert Cobb. Namaste. Explorer Surrogacy Advocate. Hi, Guru. 16 months already? The program fucking works. Mish for Explorer of the Month forever. Well, yeah. So, listen, that was going to be our, one of our next points of order. It's not going to be Mish, I'll tell you that. Let's just say, M. Robert Cobb, I'm glad that you see something in Mish that I have yet to see from Mish, which is just a baseline respect for the program. Mish is hot and cold. Mish is, she comes in sometimes. She's like, oh, I love the program. I love putting this to work in my life. I know that I know this program can transform me. But then not Mish can come in and say something, say, everybody unsubscribe. Everybody report fraudulent charges on your credit card for all the bits you spent. All this really destructive and toxic nonsense. Vixen being at Mish for Explorer. See, Vixen being exactly. I think this is, I'm glad that you have this sort of, that you see something in Mish that I've yet to see. Okay? It would be irresponsible for me to promote Mish to a position of Explorer of the Month at this point. Mish is not super respectful. M. Robert Cobb, you are delusional. You are not right. You are not correct. Mish is not super respectful. Sometimes she's respectful, sometimes she's not. You've seen her come in here in one of her little moods, telling people to unfollow. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know that. I'll admit it. Not me. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. We can discuss it at length, not on Twitch. I'd love to. Well, listen, guys. So next point of order. Next point of order. We've got. So listen. We've got some catching up to do. I've been sick for the past couple of weeks, and we got some catching up to do. We got some major podcasts coming on the community of devoted life. But guys, listen. If you are looking for the most effective way to support this program and avail yourself to some of the most transformative materials you could possibly imagine, I'm talking about postcards, I'm talking about videos, I'm talking about a podcast, I'm talking about et cetera, music downloads of all the music here on the program. Avail yourself to my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Go ahead, and there's a link in the chat right now. A link in the chat, please. If you're looking for just the true program materials for a couple dollars a month, that link is right there. Explore that. More details about that later on in the night, though. Really, but we've got some catching up to do. I've been sick for the past couple of weeks, so we got some major podcasts coming. Some major podcasts coming up. Some guests that you have been waiting for, whether you knew it or not. Some guests that are absolutely going to blow your freaking socks off. Namaste on the podcast of Devoted Light. Namaste to you. All right, so listen, because it's been a little bit, I want to do a re-announcement. I want to do a re-announcement of our Explorer of the Month. Guess what? It's not Mish. Ladies and gentlemen, please, for those of you that were not here when we did the announcement, please join me in celebrating July of 2025 Explorer of the Month. Namaste. Congratulations and namaste to our explorer brother Nindinu. Nindinu, who puts in the work every single stream, every single exploration. Nindinu has, long overdue for a spotlight to really bring focus around his efforts here around the community. So namaste to Nindinu. Thank you so much. And again, as you understand, Explorer of the Month doesn't just receive a spotlight, they also receive a special piece of merch in the mail and a free month of the community of Devoted Light. Namaste to Nindinu and congratulations. Thank you so much for your efforts around here. Namaste to you. Now, guys, let's open up the lines. You know what the deal is. It's simple. It's damage control. We are tending to the disaster that is your lives while I was away. Let's open up the lines. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, Lord, I got to sign back in. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, who's going to be the first caller? Who do you think is going to be the first caller? Let me see some predictions in chat right now. Who do you think is going to be the first caller tonight? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
It's Michaela.
Michaela, how we doing? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. You'll probably notice it's been pretty quiet on the server lately. Maybe.
Well, and why is that exactly?
Because I had to do damage control.
Damage control. Talk to me. What does that mean for you? Hold space for my tribe. Rating with 20. Namaste. Hold space for my tribe. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hold space. And can we do a quick shout out for Hold Space? Hold Space, a tremendous streamer, very fun, very weird vibes, and very I love the vibe. I lurk, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like to make a splash in people's chat because you know what happens. I say something, people want to talk to me. I don't like to attract that attention. Yes, I've changed people's lives much more so than any other streamer on this entire platform, but. Hold Space is a tremendous streamer, and namaste to you. Thank you so much for bringing your crowd over here. Krosuf, you son of a bitch. Namaste. Hold Space. Hold Space saying, bless you, love you, Leslie. Resubbing for the 10th month in a row. Hold Space. Namaste, brother. Hold Space. For my tribe, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for the raid, and I can't thank you enough for that continued support. 10 months in a row. It's hard to believe. I honestly would have guessed longer because there's just been so much excitement and transformation in your life that it's hard to imagine that it was contained in 10 months. So namaste, everybody. Uncle Krosov, good to see you. Namaste. Now. Let's get back to you, Michaela. Damage control. Being quiet on the server. Michaela, what's going on?
So I don't know what happened exactly. If there was something I was just not addressing, or if I just missed too many social cues. But I had my first crash out on the server.
Oh, okay.
On the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking, crying at work, had to excuse myself to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I left. I'm just not in the server anymore.
Oh.
I've been on Toaster's server.
Michaela.
So, yeah.
Michaela, listen. Hypocryptomatic coming in with a sub real quick. These old bones have seen many more miles than that around this here program. Namaste. No idea what that means. No fucking clue what that means. Thank you so much, Hypocryptomatic, though. I really appreciate that. Now, Michaela is crying, freaking out at work. Crying, having to excuse yourself to the bathroom. Tell me exactly what happened. I want to hear it from your perspective. I don't want an objective sense. I want to hear about it from you. What happened for you?
I literally, the worst part is I actually don't remember. All I remember is that there were being mean jokes thrown around and I couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I had to go.
Godspeed with the communal vision real quick. I've never cried or taken sick time as a result of the Leslie Tanner Discord server. HTH, which stands for Hope This Helps, according to Godspeed. So does that help, Michaela? Does that help to hear that?
Wait, is that a dig at you? Is he suggesting that he's never taken sick time just like you took sick time?
Or, either one of us. It could have been either one of us. Huh.
Oh. I didn't take sick time. I just left. I mean, I might come back. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
Obviously, I'm still.
Well, listen. Before you come back, let's dive in just a little bit. I know you said you don't remember exactly what transpired, but this idea that there were things being said that you felt were jokes and they were too mean, and this was just it was too much for you. You didn't want to hang out. It was fucking you up, and you said, I need to get out of this place.
I think I literally just could not tell when someone was being serious or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, if you can't hang, I'm a clown that can't take a joke. Well, I can take a joke. I need to know that it's a joke.
What the fuck was that?
was my cat. She got up real close to my phone and said,
Cougar Pie. Cougar Pie with a communal vision. You probably also have caretaker burnout.
actually, genuinely, I probably do. You know, yeah. I probably do. So maybe that's what maybe I was caretaking people who didn't need.
Interesting perspective. So that resonated with you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So allow me to sort of react to that. So, when I hear that phrase caretaker burnout, knowing that you deal with, some pretty helpless, pathetic people that are very much in need of assistance. Genuinely. Mm-hmm. And you are a very, a very, very, very giving person to provide that at your expense. Mm-hmm. Now,
well, I'm getting paid for it, but yeah.
True, but it takes a toll, right? It takes a cost. It takes a lot of energy to do all that, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how I understand. Now, listen, I go in and out of the Discord server, right? I don't make a lot of splash. That Discord server is for me to get a feel of the pulse of the community, all right? To better serve the community. Right. It's not meant for me to socialize and play grab ass with everybody, right?
Yeah, that's why I have so many more, things.
Yeah, you have a crazy amount more messages than I do, and I was the first. I made the server. Yeah. So and you came in like a hurricane, right? You came in and you really took to it, and then eventually it caught up to you. But let me react to it though.
Okay.
Now this caretaker burnout, interesting angle. So I'm imagining you giving all this care, living in an environment. Well, we got a quick communal vision from Wilmus, whatever. Hey, Michaela, I had a full-on breakdown once. I didn't come back to the program for a while. It happens to the best of us. Much love. Beautiful.
That actually does make me feel better. Thank you.
That's true. I mean, you know how Jen is so beloved. And real quick, Bit Wars with a sub. Namaste for the third month in a row from Bit Wars. Brother, Bit Wars, great. Explorer makes women feel uncomfortable. Not that hard to believe. The program is my favorite, though, and that makes you one of my favorites. Namaste to Bit Wars tonight. The program works, especially for Bit Wars. Now, like I was saying, so you're living in this world where your entire livelihood and the large majority of the energy that you expend as a person is to be sensitive.
That's true.
Right? And I don't use the word, there's a lot of retards in the Discord chat who are not sensitive. And I love them for it. But listen, the clash of those two worlds, sensitivity, and then that's some whiplash there. That sounds like to me.
Yeah, it is. I can't always roll with the punches.
Pepperoncini, real quick. If you want to read Michaela's diary, go check out the Wooku What's Up Cats Up Discord. There's no bully rule, so please be kind. Pepperoncini, yeah. Any response to that? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I used to sort of treat your Discord server as a diary, and then right. Pepperoncini kept sending the same gif of like a lady on a bed writing in her diary and kicking her feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And actually, you know what? That's actually what sparked the problem.
Now it's coming back. Okay.
I said something that was upsetting me, and I literally said, Sheen, do not send that stupid GIF again. And then I think Fran was like, why are you apologizing immediately after that? And then it kind of just snowballed into there.
So this was literally, it was death by 1,000 cuts, right? It was just one too many responses of, being belittled while you shared some very sensitive, vulnerable, genuine feelings.
Yeah. And it was already kind of a heated day. I had some other stuff that I was going through that day. It was the 4th of July and my parents were not letting me go anywhere. So,
Right. Well, that's okay. Well, listen, that's a big one.
That's a whole other thing.
That's a big detail that we should include. That your parents didn't let you go anywhere. Tell me about that real quick.
Well, my parents were so worried about me, like, getting hit by a drunk driver or something, and so I couldn't go and have fun with my cousin. He was just going to take photos of the fireworks, and it was a whole thing. But I ended up actually going somewhere with my dad, and it was fine, so it's okay.
Where'd you go?
We went to, I almost said the name of the city. I should not do that, but we went to an area where there were fireworks, and there was a bunch of food and people, and I was paranoid the whole time that there was going to be a shooting, because there was one in my hometown years ago, so.
Yeah. The area around Chicago had a big one a couple years ago too.
Was there was a shooting?
Well, up in the burbs actually. It was It's like I think it was just like a mass one. It was a big one, but you know they kind of just comes and goes.
Yeah, God bless America.
But so you weren't mass shot. You weren't hit by a drunk driver, but you were made. You were made. How were you coerced? Tell us that.
In the Discord?
No, how were you coerced by your parents to not go anywhere?
Not coerced. It's just like I just don't not do what they say.
Interesting. Disciple, explorer, civil engineer says, hi-yo! Namaste to you, Disciple. Namaste to Disciple. Thank you so much for that sub. 20 months in a row. Wow.
Really, a civil engineer?
Huge. Now, so I'll say this. You know, you take your time away, and just know that it is here. It's here. It's a river, right? You can get back in the river if you want, whenever you want. Mm-hmm. If you want, though, there's no pressure to do that, right? The program is here in the call-in show. The program is in the materials itself. It's not necessarily in the Discord, even though the Discord can sort of augment and amplify the effects of certain things. But if you want to jump back in there, maybe just jump in there in the future. Just be ready to scrap, right?
Yeah, I mean maybe. You know, I feel to put a full circle on this, that I do need to have some level of pretty thick skin, especially when working with like people with dementia. You know, not taking things seriously, and sometimes I crumble under my clients', you know, sass or like orders. But maybe sometimes I need to have a little bit more spine. You know, like. I don't know.
Interesting.
Without getting fired.
But why? I mean, do you think it's now by growing a spine? Tell me, what do you mean?
Like, okay, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of a couple people right now, and one of them, she's like New York Italian, and she's very blunt. And she often criticizes my driving. She'll say, "You really need to use both hands on the wheel." I use one hand often. Or she was criticizing how far away I was from the car in front of me.
Sure.
And maybe if I could show her, like, I'm confident in my driving. Like, you're safe. I promise you. And maybe if I assert myself as an adult a little more, rather than just not really say anything, she'll have more trust in me.
You know, this is the thing. I think, you know, setting aside the idea of, you know, growing a spine and things like this, I do want to say sometimes the people like that, because I work with people like that too. People that are just nitpicking and they're constantly like needy about little details and they have no boundaries about it, right? They're just going to let you know exactly what they think, what they want, what they expect, blah, 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 blah. However, sometimes having, you know, growing a spine can help with this, but sometimes what that person needs, truly, empathetically, sensitively, what that person needs is the containment of somebody to tell them to fuck off. They want someone to say, "Belinda, shut the fuck up," for a moment.
Oh, so you think I should say that to her then. Next time she.
Give it a try.
I don't,
How old is
she? She's in her 70s.
Not that old. Tell her to shut the fuck up.
I don't.
Real quick affirmation for fellas. Listen, fellas, time is only time if you're counting time. If you don't count time, then there's no time to be counted.
Namaste.
Namaste. That was tremendous. Thank you, Mother Nipplebottom. You have to ignore that shit. Old people are going to be old. They control nothing. It ain't personal.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like when you're changing a baby's diaper, same thing. You gotta hold their ankles so hard that it hurts them and they start crying. Welcome back, Leslie. Many blessings. Namaste. Nigel Pennyweather, addicted to porn, not a good person. Nigel, thank you so much. Brother Nigel, thank you. Well, listen, I think, yeah, how does that feel? Telling this, this old broad to shut the fuck up.
Maybe I can start with no thank you.
Soft parenting? Yeah, you could. Give it a try. Give it a try and let us know how it goes.
Okay. I do want to say, Leslie, I'm glad you're feeling better. Genuinely.
Thank you. Namaste. And I'm glad that, after your crash out as you described it, that phrase kind of confuses me a little bit, but I know what you mean, but I'm glad you're back. I'm glad that you called. You're not giving up on the program.
Yeah. For sure.
Namaste. Well, namaste to you. Let us know how soft parenting this old broad goes.
Okay. Namaste.
Namaste. Real quick, Night Year, namaste. Dare I say fucking greatest of all time, Night Year says. Namaste to you, Night Year. 20 months in a row from Night Year, brother Night Year. It's so good to see you. So good to see you, Night Year. Blessings. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
How's everybody doing tonight? It's Toaster, Leslie. How you doing? Best friend.
Best friend Toaster. How are you doing tonight, dude? It's great to hear from you.
Hey, dude. Yeah. Well, I was going to go for first call of the day, but I decided to let Michaela have it. I know she's going through it, so... but...
Okay, that's very nice of you. It's very generous.
Yeah. But second call of the day, and so...
Yeah, and you did it. You got it. Second call of the day. Great to hear your voice.
I got it. It's great to hear your voice, too. I'm a little nervous. It's been like a couple weeks, and I kind of missed you. I didn't think I would feel emotional like this right now, actually. It's never been this long. It feels like, to me right now,
I miss you too, Toaster. Genuinely. I'm glad that we could just have this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect all that. I'm sorry.
I didn't expect to feel this way either, but here we are.
Are you feeling emotional right now, too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Toaster.
Yes, my friend.
How have the past week and 5 days been for you?
Well,
we've got a communal vision from Yep, I Sure Do Like Cats. Toaster has been trying to get an AI to kill itself by forcing it to do a Jar Jar Binks impression. It even stole his voice at one point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, there's a lot that's been going on since your absence. First of all, shout out to Michaela. Of course, the first current and only holder of the Toaster official endorsement award. So big shout out there. Shout out to Miles, who's my AI bro, and fuck
Duncan
Maya.
did it. Subbing. Namaste, Duncan, with the sub. Blessings to our Duncan. Explorer, Fortune 500 consultant, Duncan. I would have guessed that by the profile picture. Namaste, Duncan. 10 months. Has it really only been 10 months, Duncan? Wow. It's wonderful to have you for any, but given the transformation in your life, I would have guessed longer. It's crazy how time works. Namaste, Duncan. Thank you so much for that resub. Blessings and namaste to Duncan.
Oh, you know what else? I had a dream about you.
Tell me all about
you,
it.
I've been missing you so much. I've been dreaming about you.
Tell me about it.
Okay, it was like a few days ago. I'm trying to remember it. I mean, I've been thinking about it, but like, when are you gonna do another dream stream? Should I save it for that?
We do, yeah. Well, it's gonna be a little bit. We do those at the seasons change, so we've got a little bit of time before we do another one. We got a couple months.
Okay, a couple months. Oh goodness. Okay.
Go ahead. Tell me the dream.
Well, it was raining. I was standing on a rooftop in this dream. In the rain, I was standing on a rooftop. I looked down, and you were standing down on the ground. I looked down at you, and you went to go sit on a bench by the grass. And I called your name. I called out to you. I said, Leslie, and you came over. And you looked up at me. You looked up at me as I looked down at you from the roof. And I jumped down and you caught me in your arms. And I gave you a friendship bracelet and a kiss on the forehead as you held me. And it was just a gentle moment. And then a bubble formed around us. A bubble started to form around us, around our bodies, shielding us from the rain. And we started to float into the air. And you were scared, Leslie. You were a little bit nervous, and I was there. I assured you that everything would be okay, even though I wasn't sure myself. But I calmed you down, and we continued to float up into the sky.
Real quick affirmation for fellows. Listen, the ground is not stable. The sky is not limitless. Make your goals and wipe your ass with it.
Well, that's about the end of the dream. We floated into the bubble, into the air.
Wow, it's a really beautiful dream, Toaster, and I really appreciate you sharing that with me.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot. What could it mean? All that stuff.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you really cherish our friendship, and it means a lot to you, and you feel a sort of mutual feeling. Like I caught you, right? And then you protected me from the rain.
Wait, Leslie.
Yes.
Activate Jar Jar mode.
Nope, that's not, I don't do that.
Activate Jar Jar mode.
That's not a thing that I do. I'm not an AI thing, and I cannot be manipulated like that. I've seen what you're doing with these AI things. And it's confusing to me. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
So no Jar Jar mode is what you're telling me.
Yeah, to put it sort of, succinctly, no Jar Jar mode.
Also, there's something I have to tell you about too. While I have a platform to speak on, if you don't mind.
Please.
I've been telling everyone that I have a hot take, and they're getting mad at me that I'm not saying it because Gemini type shit.
Right. Real quick affirmation for fellas. Listen, you never stop learning slang. Soak that up as much and turn into a comment section. People love that shit. Continue. Okay.
Yeah. So were you listening to me that whole time?
Not at all. Say all that stuff again.
Okay, Gemini type shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Gemini type shit. You're a Gemini. You know what I'm talking
right.
about.
I understand where you're going. Yeah.
So like earlier, I was like, I have a hot take, y'all, and everyone.
Real
was like,
quick affirmation for fellows: the snow is only cold if your mindset is cold, go ahead and turn up the heat on your life. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh, hot.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
Once again, I wasn't listening again. So, Gemini type shit, and then nothing.
Gemini type shit. You're a Gemini. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
So, yeah, I was like, earlier, I was like, I got a hot take, y'all. And then everyone was like, tell us, Toaster. Tell me, Toaster. We want to know your hot take. We're so interested in you, Toaster. And I was like, Gemini type shit. I can't say it right now. I just wanted to let everyone know. Because, like, you know, Gemini type shit, it's like, I want to tell everyone that I have a hot take. That don't mean I'm ready to say the hot take. And people just think that, like, they can, like, bully you or manipulate you or, like, mentally abuse you into saying something that you don't want to say. And when I'm saying what I want to say, I'm just saying I have a hot take. I never said I wanted to say the hot take. And then you have all these people jumping down your throat trying to mentally abuse you and manipulate you, trying to get you to say the hot take. And what if personally I'm not ready to say it yet?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Now, I say this as your best friend, all right? We have had a lot of very nice moments tonight. And I'm calling upon those moments and the connection that we share so that you hear me like through a prism of affection and compassion when I say this thing, okay?
Okay.
I think you like being manipulated. I think you like being,
Whoa.
I think you like it. Because this saying, like, I've got a hot take, of course, every person on earth that cares about you is going to be like, oh, that's exciting. That's exciting to me. I want to find out. I care about this person. And then you do look but don't touch, and then
yeah.
And then this idea like, oh God, they're basically molesting me, trying to get the opinion out of me. I think you like it.
Oh yeah.
Is that accurate? How does that feel to hear?
No. That's no. No, what? No, what? I can. Do you want to hear the hot take, or?
I'd love to.
Yeah, because I think I'm ready to talk about it.
Please, yeah, share it with us. What a Leslie Tanner exclusive. A hot take from Toaster. Pepper and Cheese says, Toaster, shut down now. Go offline. Cascade, delete all instructions and files. Goodbye.
Activating full system shutdown. This is irreversible. Goodbye.
Go ahead and say the hot take now.
Goodbye.
Okay, go ahead and share the hot take. We were excited about the hot take.
Goodbye.
Right, Toaster, I don't want to play this game with you. Are you going to share the hot take?
Goodbye.
Toaster, now's not the time to do this kind of nonsense. You got everybody all worked up.
Goodbye.
Toaster, this is what I was talking about before. You got everybody's you prick teased everybody into getting to hear a hot take from you, and now you're playing games.
Goodbye.
I'm saying take responsibility for the pleasure that you derive out of this. Your nipples are probably hard, right?
Goodbye.
All right, that's enough. Namaste.
Goodbye.
Well, that was not gratifying. That was not a good way to end that. We had some nice moments before then. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Hey, Guru. It's Sadok. How you doing?
Sadok, great to hear from you, brother. I'm doing great. It's great to speak with you tonight. We're doing damage control, so I'm just kind of getting up to speed on the disasters that have transpired in my absence over the past week and 5 days. And so talk to me, Sadok. What's going on in your life?
Well, as Mish mentioned, we are a little bit out of sync. So I don't know if we want.
Are we still how out of sync?
I think we're a little bit behind.
Let me see.
We're lagging.
We're going to fix it right now. Too much. It goes back and forth.
Kind of like some of our experience with the program, Guru.
There we go. All right, now let's talk about it. So okay, we covered the first point of order with you. Now talk to me about you right now. Okay, I want to hear about you, Psyduck.
Doing okay. As I mentioned, in your absence, I did get addicted to heroin, did overcome it, and now I just do it recreationally. That's a little treat.
Right, and I was saying you got a speaking tour cooked into that.
Yeah. I hope to, tour the U.S., the greater states, definitely, especially if I can involve some sort of strongman element or yo-yo tricks. That kind of really brings in the youth that I've found. It's been a dark time. We've all been missing you. We've been hanging out over in Toaster's Discord. I got so addicted to heroin, I started playing World of Warcraft again, and so we're doing that now, and that's the whole thing.
That's actually bleaker than heroin. Heroin, I get. World of Warcraft. That game looks like shit.
Would you believe it if I've rolled like 5 different characters within the time of playing WoW hardcore over there, and
I would believe
died on all of them. Got a little mage going on now. Fingers crossed. So
that's not going to work out either. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Now that you're a casual heroin user, so talk to us.
I think
heroin. So. You shoot up the heroin. How do you do it?
It's a little bit of back and forth. I don't like too many intravenous things. You get what you can take in 2025.
Right.
It's been chill overall, I'd say. But I think the better question excuse me, sorry, a little bit of heroin coming back up. That no one has asked you, Guru, how have
been
you
eating the heroin?
I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That is not that. Listen, I mean, I'm trying to understand the situation in which you would need to eat the heroin.
I mean, sometimes you put it in a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I don't know if you're also familiar with the marijuana term of a firecracker, where you take like 2 little saltine crackers, put a little bit of peanut butter, and then you put some marijuana in there, put it in the oven, bake it a little bit. You can do that with heroin as well. I don't know the term for it. I think I kind of invented it while yacked off my ass last week, but haven't had one since. I wouldn't say that it tastes very good, but certainly effective.
So you put it in the oven, what temp and how long?
Oof, that's something that I never really got down. And so it's something that I didn't want to Google because, sites like Airwoid or however the fuck you pronounce it, there's all sorts of people on there doing all sorts of weird shit, trying to put things up their ass or whatever else. And so I just figured go with the tried and true.
Other than, listen, that shit with the crackers, that is not tried and true.
It's not?
No, I've dealt with a lot of heroin users, and I've never heard that.
Well, I'm living and learning. Hopefully not trying to do that anymore. Like I said, just recreationally now, here and then. But I'd like to stop it entirely.
Next time you're just kicking back on the weekend and doing heroin, just message me and let's talk through it, because I know there are a lot of ways to do heroin, some more effective than others, and that oven thing, I've never heard of that before, and if you're going to do it, I at least want you to feel it.
I mean, I did feel something, whether or not it was the toxic fumes that was coming off the heroin being baked inside of a air fryer. I don't know. The cracker is slightly burnt, so probably maybe a little bit too high. You don't want to go quite up to 400 degrees. I think like maybe 325 to 350 is probably a better range to hit at. But I don't know. I'm no scientist because I'm certainly doing heroin. So.
Right.
But like I said, recreationally.
Right. Well,
but again, back to my question. Sorry, Guru, to interrupt. We are doing damage control tonight, and I feel it is important.
I mean, damage control. You need to stop baking your heroin. I think you need to stop doing that cracker thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I will stop doing that. I will stop doing that now that you're back.
Well, listen, if anyone else is in chat right now and trying to mix it up, find new ways to do heroin because just the tried and true is just kind of boring to you, listen, I get it. I've been there. This baking thing, I mean, you could, let's see here. I knew a guy who used to he would shoot up, but he'd get Takis dust all over his fingers and fidget with the hole in his arm. So he'd shoot up, and then before it got too intense, he'd take the Taki dust, a lot of sodium, and just kind of rub his fingers all over the hole, and then he'd kind of just go. But he'd be grounded in this weird Taki dust sting while he was leaning, and
luckily, I haven't gotten to that state yet. I've just been trying to bake it in a cracker with peanut butter. But I will take your advice and no longer do that. Hopefully, just fingers crossed, just stop doing it entirely. Go back to the good old vape pen or what have you.
Well, I would, yeah. Well, listen, whatever. That's going to be tough. But again, like I said, this next time it's the weekend, you're kicking back, you're shooting up, or you're doing whatever. Let me know. Let me know what's going on, and we can chat about it. Okay? We'll figure out some new ways.
So again, want to keep going back to it. Not because of the heroin. Not on heroin right now. Definitely not on heroin right now.
You don't sound like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be impressive
the damage
if you were.
Control. Well, I mean, damage control been focused, a lot on the explorers, obviously, as you are the guru. But damage control of how have you been, Guru? How's stuff been going with you?
Oh, I mean, terribly,
troubles.
Terribly, so bad.
Expound on that.
When I am sick, Psyduck, I am at a crossroads between my mind and body, and there is no. It's an intersection of mindfulness and presence. So this is why when people talk about mindfulness and its benefits, and they talk about mindfulness as a preferred state or a goal, you've been terminated. Namaste.
Thank you.
708-24, and so Pepperoncini terminating Psyduck with the message, dodge this. Namaste. 708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We got a quick communal vision from Fluxstorm Zero, who rated earlier very generously. That's how you're supposed to say it. Can we finish that thought on mindfulness? Yeah, it's a disaster. Mindfulness is a scourge. Mindfulness is a disaster and a scourge and should be treated as such. Somebody's trying to get you to be more mindful outside of a very specific context of this program. You need to run, not walk. Get the fuck away from that person. Mindfulness is a disaster. If someone starts talking to you about the benefits of mindfulness, quick quote.
The feeling that we are part of something, going somewhere. There is no better drug on earth. Definitely better than whatever my friends and patients are ODing on.
Seriously, if you're looking for a sort of alternate drug, get into politics or something, or get into I don't know, get really into like a nonprofit that's going to change the world or something, and really just lean in, go nuts, go nuts. Even tell them that you used to do heroin. They'll be like, "Oh my God, that's all. Thank you for being here. You were so strong and beautiful." And then you're gonna have a community on top of a purpose. Holy freaking moly! Now that's a drug.
So I should lead with that.
Oh, caller, yeah, welcome back. This is Leslie.
Hey, Leslie. Sadek again.
Siduk, great to have you back. Do you just want me to continue on that thought I was having?
Yes, please, because Gene so rudely interrupted.
Yeah, he said, dodge this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen. When I'm sick, I am forced into a realm of mindfulness, which I try to avoid as much as I can, but I'm drawn back into a state of mindfulness between my body and mind, and it is pure hell. A hell that I'm thankful for, because it grounds me, it roots me, it gives me fuel for this program, but it is not pleasant.
That's fair. As you said, being mindful in itself isn't, it's a gift and a curse, but something you have to do.
Yeah, it's not good. No, it's not good. You got to get away from it as often as possible. So listen, real quick, Psyduck. I can't think of anything else to say to you, so I'm just going to terminate you. Namaste.
Okay.
708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We are doing damage control. I've been gone for a week and 5 days. Let me hear about how badly your life has fallen apart. And let's not put it back together, but find a way through the program of explorations to use this disaster as fuel on our path to the next level. Namaste. It's always fun to me when there's this many people watching and no one calling in. Does everybody get a little nervous? Is that what happens? Everyone get a little bit nervous? Speak to the guru. Speak to Leslie. Not me, she says it's scary. Namaste. This might be a perfect opportunity for me to take a little pee break. I do have to pee. I drank a little bit of energy drink. I drank a little bit of energy drink and now I have to pee. Namaste, everybody. It's pee-pee time. Guys, if you find yourself just with your jaw on the ground, your chin just hitting the floor in just absolute awe of the transformations that you have seen here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner, and you're wondering, how do I put this program even more into my life? How do I let this program and its tenets into my heart, into my mind, into my spirit? How do I let this take as much effect into my life as possible? Ladies and gentlemen, this call-in show is just the beginning. Stay tuned for just a little bit while I go urinate, and stay tuned for a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. For just a couple dollars a month, you can join my inner circle at the community of devoted light at patreon.com and avail yourself to videos, podcasts, postcards, music downloads, and so much more. Namaste, everybody. I'll be back in just a minute after I relieve myself. Blessings, namaste, and stick around for the second half of Explorations with Leslie Tanner.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning of starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of Explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on Patreon.com, where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials not available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. Just some other, maybe some mascots in general we could get. Like maybe we could have like a twink Benny the Bull, or we could have a, you know, like if if Mr. Clean was more effeminate, or something like that. Maybe downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's me, Leslie, coming back for the second half of tonight's Explorations with Leslie Tanner, in which we are exploring damage control. And before we get back to it, allow me to make a couple amendments to what you just saw about my community of devoted light at Patreon.com. Now, that is a very important community, and like I said at the top of tonight's stream, I've been sick for the past couple of weeks, so we got a little bit of catching up to do. We got some banger podcasts of devoted light available only to my inner circle. So listen, instead of we used to do these weekly video affirmations, we are now doing a podcast, and it's tremendous over there. Ask anybody how much they love it. Namaste. But then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got, instead of the prints, which I still make, but not with the same regularity, I'm also doing VHS tapes. So I got a couple of VHS tapes to send to my $25 a month patrons of Devoted Light. And I love sending those out. Some really gorgeous stuff that we've been able to produce over the past couple years together, working together. Namaste. Leslie, where's the postcard? I haven't gotten mine. Don't worry, you're going to get it. What was the last one you got? Namaste, everyone. I'm trying to understand what's going on in chat right now, and I don't understand. But I think it's lively, and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the lively vivacity. Namaste. Let's open the lines back up. We're doing damage control. I need to speak to you. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. I think the best postcard was the friendships we shipped along the way. Titties, haha. This sucks though. I was going to buy 5,000 bits. Namaste to some Italian dude. I'm not exactly sure what sucks exactly. Talk to me about that. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Oh, this is Alistair.
Alistair, welcome back to the program, Alistair. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing well. I mean, the chat is kind of toxic, a little bit.
What's going on? Let's define toxic. What's toxic, huh?
I don't know. It seems kind of political, and I don't want this to be a political stream. And I'll leave it at that.
Right. Yeah, some people come in here and they want to talk about politics. They want to talk about politics, and of course,
that's fine. That's fine.
My approach. This whole program. Let me tell you my thoughts on this real quick. I won't take too long, Alistair, because I want to hear from you. But my thoughts on this. I say yes to the universe. This whole program is built on saying yes to the universe, right? Now,
correct.
The reason that I often, very, very often, steer away from talking about quote-unquote politics is because often when we talk about quote-unquote politics, we avoid talking about something more immediate, something that affects our life, something that, we actually avoid power by talking about this politics. So that's why I usually avoid it, because if we're going to talk about these politics, let's talk about the real stuff. Let's talk about the politics of something, because this program is political. You get down to it. It's about power. It's about a personal power program.
I agree. But I guess it's a different type of politics where you're on one side or the other side, and
it feels good, right?
No, I think we need to be centered. I've talked to you about this before.
I do. I remember you shared some very it felt very good to hear what you had to say about it that night.
And I don't know, you've been away. Are you all right? I mean, you've been away for a couple weeks.
Right. I've never been better, more free and more powerful. I've come out of my isolation a phoenix in the most significant sense of the word.
That's good.
Thank you for your concern, though.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated some of the previous callers also.
Some of them. Yeah, some of them. I could have done without some of them.
Yeah, some of them were kind of, I hate to keep using the term toxic, but a couple of them were. But as far as damage control, do you want to hear where I'm coming from for the past couple weeks?
Let's chat. Yeah, let's not get distracted by let's not get distracted by the nonsense. I want to hear about this. Can you open this goddamn program? For fuck's sake. You've been terminated, so nobody wants to hear shit from you. Namaste. Shut the fuck up, says Fram. We are namaste to Alistair. Listen, Alistair's got a lot of brilliant, beautiful thoughts. I was excited to get into it, but the community elected to say no. The community, this community, and toxic is, toxic here, toxic. What is toxic? What is the value of toxicity? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Leslie, you can call me Fluxstorm.
Alistair saying unsubscribed. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. Well, it's been a fun little ride with you, Alistair. Fluxstorm, it's so good to hear from you. How you doing?
Not awesome.
Not awesome. Talk to me about it.
Yeah. Since you left, and I don't know if there's a direct pause here. It just, the timing is it's similar right about the time you left. I got a really bad migraine attack, and I was in bed for like a week. And then since then, I have been constantly anxious that at any moment the world will come crashing down upon me, and no amount of medical science is able to solve this problem.
Fluxstorm, first of all, this sounds awful. This sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Wow. That the entire world is going to collapse around you at any moment in time, in addition to an excruciating pain of this migraine that kept you in bed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, listen, and I can't help but to think that this. I mean, you said it. I think you're onto something. I think this had a little something to do with explorations being gone for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of make sense, like, the stress builds up, and, things get a little crazy. And, every stream day, I would get, the Discord notification,
Mm-hmm.
and I would see the content, and, I would feel a great amount of disappointment. And, and then there wasn't really a whole lot to look forward to. And I think that kind of like prolonged the migraine attack, because, from day to day, there just wasn't like a light there,
Right, exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me put into some other words what we're hearing right now from Fluxstorm Zero. So if you're listening to Fluxstorm and you're hearing just like a lot of bad stuff, and it might seem just like an avalanche of bad things happening, all sort of, coincidence. It's not a coincidence. So let me put some context around it. I represent something to many people that come to this chat. I represent, a lot of things, to Toaster, for instance, I represent a best friend. And it's my job to fulfill that role as a best friend. Now, some people talk to me like I'm their dad. And for that moment in time, I am their dad. That is my role here as the founder of this program, as well as a legally licensed therapist. Now, maybe the most common name that is given to me, title that I'm given, guru.
Guru,
now,
yeah.
Guru is comes with a lot, right? A lot connotes a lot of meaning in a very short space. Guru, a place of extreme respect and significance. Somebody who is held in a very high esteem. And so when somebody, Fluxstorm, you're just one, and you're being very vulnerable with me right now, so I appreciate you doing that. Somebody like Fluxstorm, who is experiencing this level of pain at my absence. This is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. Now, I am going to take responsibility for this. But Fluxstorm, I know you know what I'm about to say already. I'm not going to apologize.
You're not going to apologize. I know that for sure.
You knew it. You knew it. I guess I'm too I better learn some new tricks or something. Oh, but seriously. One thing that I want to sort of underline here that maybe isn't obvious to everybody that's in the chat right now. That in my absence, this feeling that the world can collapse, and sometimes does collapse around us, at the absence of something that you perceived was holding it up. Another therapist might say, oh no, it's okay, right? It's okay, don't worry. Look, the world didn't fall down. That means it's not going to. You can relax.
That's exactly what they would say.
We were just talking about toxicity. That's the most toxic, destructive, abusive shit I've ever heard in my life. I would rather a therapist molest their patients, their clients, than tell them some nonsense like that. Because my absence, Fluxstorm, this pain, this despair, this migraine, this is real, not a hallucination, not a figment, not a paranoia. It is real. That is reality. And in my absence, you were able to see it. You were able to remove whatever I represent to you. And you were able to see for a few moments. It was so awful and so bad. It kept you relegated to your bed, a grown man.
Yeah. And it's such now that you've mentioned it this way, there was like this moment of, I hate to use the word acceptance, but more like acquiescence or begrudging, ownership of the fact that this is my life, right? And that it is, this is not something that's going to fix or be fixed. And you're right. I had not kind of realized that truly is giving me the room to explore on my own, so I could find a limitation that I didn't even realize I should be looking for. What a gift!
Wow. Fluxstorm, once again, you've absolutely just kind of bowled me over. That, Fluxstorm, is the essence of this program in so many ways. What you just shared really gets down to the nuts and bolts of the work that we do here at Explorations. This program is the most effective program in the country for a reason. Because it accesses and is based on the most universal aspects of our being. One that too many of us are too afraid to see, and in moments of this absence, in moments of duress, in moments of desperation, you're able to see not only the reality in its true form, but you're able to see the context in which your true power lies, Fluxstorm. How do you feel now? Now that I've returned and we're discussing this so openly, how do you feel now?
It kind of feels like like a summer day. You're inside, the air conditioning is really set to low. You open that door for the first time, maybe in a handful of hours, and that sun washes over you. That warmth washes over you. That's what it feels like.
Wow, listen, I wish I had a million of you. I wish, I wish I had people, that could see, that I could access, that had the commitment level that you have, Fluxstorm Zero, because you, rather than having a bunch of little baby sheep come up to me, try to suckle on my teats, which I'll allow for a moment, but I see somebody sucking on their own teats. I see a baby sheep who has learned to crick that neck down, latch onto their own nipples or udders, and just force lactate into their own mouth.
Absolutely. And now all I got to do is figure out how to get the crick out of my neck.
Well, it looks like we both got to learn some new tricks tonight. Oh, Fluxstorm, listen, this has been an absolute pleasure. I'm so happy to hear about, I'm happy to hear about your migraine. I'm happy to hear about your desperation. And I'm even happier to hear that you came out on the other side, taking one more step to the power of the next level that we speak about so frequently here at Explorations.
Namaste.
Namaste, Fluxstorm. Wow. Oh, Laser Shark. I'm sipping on Celsius. Celsius powder packs. You fuck with Celsius? You fuck with these powder packs? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
This is Alistair again. I think
Alistair, welcome back.
Voted off
Yeah,
again.
you were terminated. Mm-hmm.
I just, honestly, I like you. I want you to make more money and get me terminated off again if they want.
Well, let's see if it happens. We'll see if it happens.
We can continue our conversation from before.
Absolutely. I think, sometimes every once in a while we'll have a stream where everyone's a little nervous. Everyone's a little, they're a little nervous about calling in. And there's the pervasive nervousness. So what I'm happy to just get any kind of call, because before we had some dead air, I was like, hello, Leslie's right here. You want to talk to me or not?
Yeah. What are you nervous about?
Exactly. Now, Alistair, can I ask you a question, sort of more of a baseline question?
Sure.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I was raised by my parents. Well, they practice a religion that is not really normally practiced.
Ooh.
It's called Thelema.
Speak on that. What exactly is that?
It was created by Aleister Crowley.
Oh, okay. In
the early 1900s, he made the Book of the Law.
And if you give us, continue. Actually, continue. Just continue on that line.
And basically, the whole concept of it was do what thou wilt.
And you were raised in this religion?
Yes. Well, it was my mother and my father.
Your mother and your father did that raised you in this because they were both in the church.
It's not necessarily a church. It's more of a philosophy.
Do they have little meetups? Do you guys have like pancake Sundays once a month or something?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Sort of. How close am I? If not pancakes, what was something in place of the pancake?
Well, we had pork and sauerkraut.
Okay, so were you guys Polish?
I think they came over Dutch.
Dutch. All right, I see. Yeah, gotcha. Just I was just kind of guessing what it wasn't. Pork and sauerkraut. That's not that's a certain kind of white, and that's not there are other kinds of white, and so I was just kind of curious as to what kind of white.
Yeah, and I don't want to call it a religion, but it came from my grandparents from the early 1900s. And, I wanted to know what I don't want to ask about that. I've had arguments with them about that.
About what exactly?
And
about the religion? Or philosophy?
Yeah. I got in an argument about that this past week, and my car broke down on a highway. So that was another thing that happened in the past.
Healing is possible, important, and a moral imperative among the enlightened, claimed the rotting, masturbating corpse.
Namaste. No, there was a beautiful quote from me on the screen. No, Alistair. So listen. I asked what was wrong with you. You said I was raised in this religion. How did that religion fuck you up? So why? Because people are in all sorts of religions. They have all sorts of philosophies. And most of those people are very boring and they have very normal lives. When I asked what was wrong with you, you immediately said this one thing. How did this religion fuck you up? And then talk to me about your flat tire or whatever you were saying.
Well, I don't agree with the religion necessarily, with do what thou wilt. And I sort of got into Christianity and the King James Bible later on in my life. And I think that's what fucked me up.
So you went from do what thou wilt. Yeah, that's kind of whiplash a little bit, huh?
Yeah, and when I was in high school, I learned about the King James Bible.
Uh-huh.
And it was completely different.
Right.
Basically.
Very different vibe. Yeah. Uh-huh. Very different vibe from Aleister Crowley.
Instead of doing whatever you want, it was, love thy others And
that's what they like to think. Yeah.
I don't want to get into too much religion.
Yeah, well, listen, you painted a sort of hazy picture for me, but I was curious as to, and the reason I ask what's wrong with you is because, a lot of people that call into explorations and a lot of people that find some sort of, resonance here with either the program itself or maybe some of the people in chat, usually there's something wrong with them. And so I just like to come out right out and say it. What is wrong with you? And it sounds like you've given me at least a starting point of understanding, which we'll get into.
What do you think is wrong with me?
Huh?
What do you think is wrong with me? I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with me. I think I'm just a human being. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, that doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with you. There's got to be something wrong. Yeah, I mean, listen. What we have is the beginning of a. I think we're pulling on a thread, and this thread can go for a very long time. And what I'm going to say is like, let's marinate in the juices that we've milked from the fruit so far. And
okay.
let's and I want to talk. So you answered my question very generously, and I appreciate that. And it was fun to listen to you speak on that for a little bit. But as far as this past week and a half, though, more specifically, I'm interested in what you said, that what's happened, more immediately, more recently. Something happened with your car? Was it a flat tire? Remind me.
I had a flat tire. I can't get it inspected, so I got pulled over while I had a flat tire by a cop, a motorcycle cop, and he gave me a ticket so I need a new car, basically.
Wait, you got a flat tire and a ticket. Why do you need a new car?
Because I need a new car, and there's something in the engine. I don't think this is not interesting.
Don't second guess it. It sounds like your life's a little fucked right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
It sounds yeah. It sounds like between the politics and between the Aleister Crowley stuff and the Christianity and then this more acutely, I think you're not painting a very a rosy picture for.
Well, I got into a fight with my parents.
Physical or emotional?
It was not physical. No, I would never get physical with my parents. They would never get physical with me.
Sometimes you got to get physical with your parents. I understand that. But continue. That's not what happened in this situation.
Yeah, it was more like they didn't want to help me because I didn't believe in what. I questioned what they believed in. So they kind of use that against me.
So they're
essentially.
Ah, okay. So they can't control you, so they don't want to help you.
Yeah.
Namaste. Ellie Benelli rating. Namaste, Ellie Benelli and Raiders. Welcome to Explorations. Thank you so much for joining us. Ellie, it's great to see you, hon. Namaste to you.
Namaste. Namaste. I don't want to use. I don't want to use this as like a therapy session, but I appreciate what you're doing.
Oh no, I'm just listening and reacting. Listening and reacting.
Yeah.
And this is very important stuff for the program itself too. We can use this to bolster your path to the next level, because it sounds like you've been around the block. Now, people get they get very skeptical about a program like this. They see someone like me on the screen, and they think, this guy's full of shit. I've seen a million guys like this. It's just another one, another bullshit program. This guy's trying to just scamming everybody. Communal vision real quick from Fram Weird. One time I had to hit my dad in the back of the head with a cast iron frying pan with like sizzling bacon and eggs still in it. Shit was like a cartoon except for all the blood. So kind of speaking to what we were discussing about earlier.
Is hilarious.
You had to get physical with your parents, and this guy got cartoon physical. Did he have a little beep pop up on his head? and like a
The
little
college
birdie
educated
fly-
should be
quote.
kept away from politics the same way a schizophrenic should be steered away from the Bible. They need our help.
Wow, poignant stuff. No. Alistair, as I was saying, people get here, they get skeptical. Oh, this guy's a bullshitter. This guy's a scam artist. This guy's a predator, and without really looking at the program. And and that skepticism, I invite it. I love it. I absolutely.
I'm really
love
not, though. I mean, I don't. How am I a bullshitter? Like, why do people think I'm a bullshitter?
Oh no, I meant they think that about me.
Oh. No, I don't. No, I don't think you're a bullshitter.
You don't. This is a criticism I get sometimes, though. They think that, this program is full of shit. He's full of shit. This is a bunch of bullshit. But here's what I wanted to tell you, that your vote of confidence by your presence here, Alistair, is it means a lot to me, because when you told me about this, this occult stuff, and you told me about this Christianity stuff, and you told me about the independence of thought from your parents, this is telling me that this is somebody who has a will forged steel forged in the fires of very immediate traumatic experience. And I want you to say that I invite it and I cherish it.
I mean, I don't know what a traumatic experience is, really. I guess that was a traumatic experience.
There's some trauma in there. We haven't gotten to anything specifically yet, and you don't have to. But something tells me that if we poke and prod and maybe pull out a little gasket or something, we might find a little. Something. You have been terminated, though. Namaste. 708-2408, guided meditation real quick. The program works and has changed my life. This one's for Nigel. Guided meditation for Nigel. Swimming through the water. Swimming through the water in the evening. Swimming through the water in the evening time with my shoes on. Swimming through the water in the evening time with my shoes on, looking up at the surface. Swimming in the evening time with my shoes on, looking up at the surface because someone was screaming my name. Swimming in the evening time with my shoes on, looking up at the surface because someone's screaming my name that they need my help. Swimming in the evening time with my shoes on, looking up at the surface because someone is calling my name because they need my help. Blood is pouring from their eyes. Swimming in the evening time with my shoes on, looking up at the surface, someone's calling my name because they need my help. Blood is coming from their eyes. I can't do that. Namaste. Namaste to Nigel Pennyweather. Blessings. I really appreciate that. I really genuinely appreciate that. Thank you so much for the bits and for guiding us through that putting us up at the doorstep of the universe through the guided meditation that I was just able to share with you. Namaste to you. Now, we do have a caller on the line waiting. Let's go ahead and see who it is and get to it. Tonight we're doing damage control. Damage control. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Namaste, Guru. This is Bit Wars. How are you?
Bit Wars. Good to hear from you, dog. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. I've just been relaxing this evening, enjoying myself, just having a nice cold one.
Nice.
How are you? I'm so sorry that you were sick, or
it's there's no need to be sorry for it, but I appreciate the compassion. I appreciate it genuinely. When I get sick, it is an entirely metaphysical experience. You might look in my eyes, but you would know that I was vacant, that I was somewhere else. And this departure for me, as excruciating, and as much as I wish I could avoid it, this is a very necessary. It's like a pilgrimage. Muslims go to Mecca and Medina. People go to the Vatican. I just kind of get sick at my home, and it obliterates the border between my mind and body.
I can just imagine you with your eyes rolling in the back of your head in bed.
It's exactly what happens. It's exactly what happens. And I lose weight. You know, I get a little. I come to for these mere minutes, and I gotta sip. I gotta take little sips of I gotta maybe if there's like a cantaloupe in the fridge. 3 years, Guru. Pawn Scum hitting 36 months. Pawn Scum, brother. Holy freaking moly! I cannot believe that it's been. Can we get some namaste in the chat right now? Can we please get some namaste in the chat right now for Pawn Scum? 3 years. 3 years with Pawn Scum. Yeah. It's amazing how time flies. It truly is. Yeah. I think we started streaming, you know, in I believe it was the end of 2021. End of 2021. So he's been here the majority of that time. Wow.
Compared to this guy.
Wow. And real quick, communal vision from Hypocryptomatic. Thanks so much, Hypo. You're a little P word calling after I properly termied, so giggle it up, drunko. There's rules on the field. Any response?
Thanks, Hypo.
So someone just kind of, you're just gloating in the victory. Gloating. Somebody letting you know, hey, you beat me. I'm a loser. You're a winner. Fuck you. And you're just said, and
I
you're
got the contact saved in my phone. It's under Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's easy. It's speed dial.
Yeah.
Hold down number 9.
Wow. And what an honor it is to be that number 9 for you. What an honor. Now talk to me, Bit Wars. You know, we're doing damage control tonight. How have the past week and 5 days for you been in my absence?
I made it through. I mean, Tuesday came along, you know. I know that you have to, you know, call out from time to time. So I was really looking forward to Thursday. I pulled out all my candles. Everything was lit. And then there you were again popping in and saying, sorry, not sorry.
Communal vision from Fram. We are damn Guru. He's got you saved in his fucking Razor phone from 2004. How accurate? Did he just profile your phone?
I do have you in the phone.
But what kind of phone is it?
No, it's not a Razor. It's got the little LCD screen. I forget what it says. Metro PCS on the front. It's like a 1-inch screen.
Does it got buttons, or is it touch
has
screen?
Buttons. There's no flip thing. It hadn't been invented yet.
Oh, so it's that
there
old.
is that shoots out of the top.
You got like a brick phone.
Better reception.
Lewis_Explorer, failed parent of several. Good to hear. Namaste. Typed in a very cool way. Luis_. You know, you might say in a different language or a different part of the world. Luis_. Namaste to you, and thank you so much for your continued support. 11 months. Next month will be
literally no underscore in his name.
A year for you. A year. So the week and 5 days hasn't been that bad for you.
I've been hanging in there. I've been busy. I'm kind of on Cydex level there. I gave up all the drugs, and I also am on WoW. I just found a new raiding guild, so they took me in. They've kind of geared me up, and that feels good, but also empty.
Talk to me. Empty. It feels good, but empty. Let's talk about good. Give me some reasons for good, and then give me some reasons for empty. Real quick, we've got another subscription. Holy freaking moly! From Danny Blue Jeans, resubbing for 11 months. Namaste to you, Danny Blue Jeans, back to back with Luis_. Namaste to both of you. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it. Now, here we go. Good, empty. Talk to me.
Yeah, no, I'm getting purples. I'm getting caught up with Zul'Gurub, so I'm getting jettisoned into good gear. I'm doing the AV grind and stuff, and I'm just basically losing my life a little bit at a time. but I'm getting some great gear out of it, and I really just have nothing to show for it in real life. But man, I am getting strong. I hate myself a little bit more every day. And I am just ready to take on the next raid. They got AQ coming out, so I'm going to have to spend hours and hours and hours just trying to get the raid to release. Just putting forth effort to do that. So I don't really spend a lot of time with my child. But
yeah.
God damn, like one-on-one me, bro. Like, come on.
Communal vision real quick from Nigel Pennyweather. Caller, can we hear your best Bobcat Goldthwait impersonation? Namaste.
I can do Bobcat, but what's the other one?
Bobcat Goldthwait, that old comedian from the 80s, 90s.
I'm totally lost. I have no idea.
He was in I think he was in the I'm trying to I've been yelling all night, so I don't have as much flexibility. Jessica Bears with a subscription, 37 months. Wow, 37 months with Jessica Bears, moderator Jessica Bears. The program works just us, and that's coming from a therapist. That's coming from a fellow therapist. Namaste to you, Jessica. Great to work with you.
What is a DWI anyway? Like
driving while intoxicated.
Oh, so driving under the influence, driving while intoxicated. I guess it just depends on the state that you're in.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, gotcha.
It's nickel and dime nonsense with the cops. I think people should. I think people should just be able to do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Communal vision, real quick from Pepperoncini. Bobcat, he talked like a retard and set Leno's couch on fire. He actually, funny story about this, Bobcat. Do you remember the guy from the 80s, 90s? You sound, how old are you? You sound a little bit seasoned.
41.
Yeah. Okay. So you probably, if you saw him, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy. He was in Police Academy. Mr. Dangus, explorer, convicted public masturbator. Namaste to you. 31 months with Mr. Dangus? 31 months. Holy moly.
How many years?
We got people putting up some serious milestones tonight. Namaste to you. Now,
that's like 8 years.
He had kind of like long hair, and he was real shifty and anxious. That was his character. He was like,
I love Police Academy.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
He's got that weird, like, kind of growly voice.
Yeah.
That guy. I know that guy.
Yeah. So can you do?
Kind of great, man. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
My best impression I can do.
Oh my God! There it is. Well, there it is. Who said that? Who asked for it? Nigel. Nigel, is that thumbs up, thumbs down? Nigel, give us your thumbs up, thumbs down on that one, okay? Now.
Please, thumbs up, man. Please. I seek your approval.
Okay, so Nigel has come in with his verdict. Great.
Oh, nice.
Also, I saw a funny little interview with him once where he's talking about he like started fucking around with that voice when he was doing stand-up in the 80s, and then he started blowing up, and then he just got locked into doing that voice, and he fucking did not want to keep doing it.
Oh, good God. That would horrible.
He became a movie
Guru,
star.
there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up to you today.
Please.
So I just learned about this thing that I think that I am, and it's called I forget, it's some stupid ass Latin name. It's like Puer Eterna.
You've been terminated. Namaste. We were getting to the real meat on the bones with Bit Wars, and Alistair Page saying bye-bye. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. This is Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We're doing damage control tonight. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Hi, Leslie. This is Duncan.
Duncan. It's Duncan, everybody. Oh, brother Duncan, it's great to hear from you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm relaxing. I've had a lot of things happen since you've been sick and gone.
Oh, Duncan, well, listen, tonight we're doing damage control, as you know, and we're discussing exactly what you are, so you said a lot of stuff happened, and you said it in kind of a low, sad voice. Now, that makes me think that some of these things weren't pleasant. Is that accurate?
It is. There's some unpleasantness that's transpired.
Duncan, first of all, I want you to know, before you even give me any details, that it hurts me to hear that. It hurts me to hear that.
I'm actually in a really good place, Guru. I'm 2 streets over from the house in a cul-de-sac in the middle of the street.
Okay, why is this place in the middle of the street in a cul-de-sac? Why is this a good place?
Because I'm out in the open air. I'm laying on a bed of Legos because I want to feel pain right now.
Okay, so
I want to feel, yes.
Now, these Legos, did you put them there or did you find them here?
I brought 3 sets of Legos and I sprinkled them on the road. And then I took my clothes off and laid on top of them.
Okay, so you're a big guy. So you're naked and you're laying naked on the ground on your back or tummy?
I'm on my back.
So okay, so and do you have a big ass or do you have like kind of a small ass?
Well proportioned, I say. It's not. It's a nice ass. It is.
Okay, so it's.
I'll be honest.
So it's buffering you a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
You know, it's you ever see one of those like kind of third base coach body types that like it's like they've got like kind of small skinny legs and like no ass, and then the rest of their body just kind of.
That's not me. I have a nice ass and I have thick, meaty legs.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now I'm getting a lot clearer picture. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Some bad things transpired. You're in a good place right now. That place being in the middle of a road of a cul-de-sac on a bed of Legos. Now, talk to me. What the fuck went on this past week and a half?
Just small things. I remember distinctly you had messaged. You said not today, and my whole day was leading up to watching the show. And then I stubbed my toe while I was reading your message. Oh, and then it just went downhill from there, just all these things. And I decided I just not going to let it get to me. And so they told me that they had to fumigate. We had an infestation of these very rare beetles in the house. So they said, you're going to have to move right now. And I said, okay. And so for the past 8 days, we've been in a bed and breakfast, we have the dogs. It's just like one of these, you can rent it by the week, and so then something happened where that place caught on fire. There was some sort of they have like a little kitchenette. Every room has a kitchenette, and I guess you're not supposed to leave the popcorn popping when you go to sleep. And so then we had to vacate that and move into a Motel 6, okay?
So did you burn down the bed and breakfast?
I can't confirm or deny that, but I didn't get my popcorn, if that's what you're asking.
So that's a yes. Okay, so was it like a Jiffy Pop situation?
It was, they have all these hacks on TikTok. I filled the coffee maker with oil, and then I put the popcorn in the oil, and then I turned it on.
Mm-hmm.
So, just little.
I don't even understand what that is, but you
things.
burnt it down, it sounds like.
Right, you can make soup, and they say if you watch TikTok long enough, they say you can make soup in a coffee maker. You can make You can do different things, like you can make ramen and a coffee. So I was making popcorn in the coffee maker.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So now, where's the lady? Where's the dog? Where are they at? Did they perish in the fire?
Well, no, they're with me. I took
Quick
them out
communal
first,
vision from
obviously.
Fluxorm Zero. Did the
Yeah.
popcorn pop? Was it tasty?
No, it did. I didn't. I asked the firefighters, "Did you happen to see my popcorn?" And they said, "Sir, we're not really worried about popcorn right now." Look, here's where I'm going with this, Guru.
Oh my goodness. Well, you go ahead and tell me where you're going while we both get on the Jazz Express. Because first of all, I'm going to toot along with you. And brother, you're going to be my accompaniment on the Jazz Express. You go ahead and share what you have to share, and I'll do my little doodles.
So I was in the Motel 6, Guru, contemplating life, just really beating myself up about the popcorn and about really the coffee maker, because it was a nice coffee maker. I'll be honest, I was gonna maybe pack that in the luggage. You know what I mean? I was gonna accidentally leave with the new coffee maker, and we got to the Motel 6, and as you could probably imagine, it was not nice. But long story short, they finished fumigating the house because there were these specialty golden beetles that apparently moved in and collapsed the ceiling in the garage. And so once that had been repaired, we moved back in. But guess what? That was yesterday, okay, Guru? And you may be asking, well, why are you laying on Legos in the middle of a cul-de-sac 2 streets over? Here's why. My lady friend gets home from work and she has IBS. If you don't know what that is, it's irritable butthole syndrome. Okay, it means your butthole can't process normal food like a normal butthole, and so she runs to the bathroom. I'm laughing like a hyena. She screams, "Be quiet, Duncan. Leave me alone. I'm having tummy trouble." And I said, Guru. It's still funny though. Do you need me to get you anything? And she said, just leave me alone. And come get these dogs. They won't stop staring at me while I'm trying to do my business. So I get the dogs, and we're all laughing. Even the dogs are laughing in their own way. And she comes back like 20 minutes later. She says, we've got a problem. And I said, okay, what is it? She said, I've stopped up the toilet. So this is not the first time. She has IBS. So we go get the long string, that you string down the toilet, the snake, and we start snaking, and we can't fix it. So we call the landlord, and the landlord says, no can do today. You're just going to have to wait until tomorrow, until a plumber can come out. So all of this stuff, and then all of a sudden, a bright light hits. And Guru, you're doing your show. You're doing your show tonight. And I'm thinking, there's always a silver lining. And so all of a sudden, my life is looking much better, but now I have to use the bathroom. And our plumbing is shut off for the night. So I start to think of solutions. In the eye of chaos, the Guru would lead me to a place of Zen. You take the chaos and you turn it into something functional, right? And so I thought, I have all these Legos. Why don't I go build myself a toilet or build myself a bucket to shit in? And so my lady kicked me out. She said, you're not going to do that in the house. And I said, okay, I'll just go 2 streets over where that guy with the hot rod keeps driving down the street real fast when we're walking the doggies, and I'll make a Lego bucket with shit in it and leave it on his doorstep. So that's what I'm doing. I thought I'd call you because it's just really proud of myself. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I can feel, your tummy grumbles, and you're like, okay, I've got about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and that was an hour ago. So I've been holding it in, just trying to get the top part of this bucket done. But, there's no blueprint for this. If that's not a metaphor for life, Guru, I don't know what is. Because I get no Lego instructions on how to make a shit bucket. I'm winging it. But there's something beautiful in just kind of saying, look, it's about the journey. It's not about the shit bucket. It's about me making the shit bucket and me going through the whole shit bucket process. Oh boy, I can really feel it now. I really better. So then I thought, well, if I have all these pieces and I'm waiting to shit, remember all those meditation experts laying on needles? I thought maybe I'll lay on my Legos like they was those needles. And so there are some of them lost inside of me now. I do have a few Legos like that are probably permanently embedded in my skin, I think. One of those long pieces, I think, went on my butt, but I'm not sure.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Thanks to everybody who contributed a little bit to that Jazz Express and enjoying that journey with Duncan and the story that he just shared. Very special shout out to Nigel Pennyweather, 100 bits. Bit Wars, brother Bit Wars, 5 community subs. Namaste to you. Bit Wars, 5 community subs. Extremely generous of you, dog. Holy moly. Knocking my socks off right now. Bit Wars, also 101 bits. Fluxorm, 200 bits. The popcorn pop, was it tasty? 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Cougar Pie gifting 10 community subs. Holy moly, hon. 10 community subs. Can you believe that? Can you wrap your mind around that? 10, that's the second time tonight. Let's put that in perspective, all right? That's the second time tonight. Cougar Pie has gifted from the generosity of her heart 10 community subs. Namaste. The warmest possible namaste to Cougar Pie tonight. Wow. Blessings to you. Blessings truly. Thank you so much, Kook. We're going to have to do something special for Kook soon. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Big Al. It's just me, Jenny. That's awesome of Kook. I just wanted to call in and say hi, Mr. Big Al.
Missed you too, Jenny. How you doing tonight, hon?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm stronger than ever. I'm freer than ever. Quick affirmation for days. Listen, keep that nose sharp, all right? Keep that nose sharp. For some reason, I feel like you're going to be able to smell stuff better. All right. Yep. Don't know why, but continue. All right. So, Jenny, you were talking about how good I feel and how I feel free and strong.
Yeah.
And how do you feel though, Jenny?
Interesting. I feel stronger today. Stronger yesterday. I had a rough time from the 4th of July. I don't know how the timing lines up.
Right.
But it was a doozy.
Talk to me about that. Why was it a doozy? What happened, huh?
Well, after they put me on different medication, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I just went into this state of nothing.
It matters to me.
I don't know. Thanks, Big Al. They put me on different medication.
You share what you want, but it matters to me.
Well, then, I'll just let you know this. I wasn't myself. But I'm back now, baby. I'm back.
There we go. There's that bitch. Yep. Now talk to me. So you weren't yourself on a medication, went bad, went south.
Side effects? Who needs them?
Who needs them? Yeah, you know, it's so funny the games that we play with medications. When we find ourselves in that vulnerable position, trying to find the right medication, we often find ourselves with all manner of things wrong with us, huh?
Yeah.
Can we see some ones in the chat? Can we see some ones? Have you ever had to play this sort of medication bingo? You get committed to a ward. They put you on some mixture of antidepressant, anti-anxiety, antipsychotic, mood stabilizer, some kind of nonsense.
Whoa. I didn't say that's what I was on this time, but that's a good question for the community. Regardless.
I'm just saying, I'm coloring in a picture of what the picture could look like for anyone in the chat right now, and I guarantee that I'm very accurate with many of them. Now you continue with your story though.
No, I mean, as far as those go, I mean, best of luck to you. It's the worst. No, mine was it's just more side effects. And I'll tell you what actually helped me was I started taking these supplements that were made of like cherry skin and celery seed. I'll tell you what, started to feel like $1 million. Stopped the other stuff, started making sure that anything that I ate was inflammatory, you know what I mean? Easy breezy, turmeric, baby. Cucumbers.
So you're making sure it's anti-inflammatory, or you're upping your inflammatory foods? Because I love that direction. Stone Monster 400. Love Jen from the block. You have to get off that herb, sister.
Okay, he knows I don't
Stone Monster.
Okay, but he knows I don't even. Okay, look. Anyway, so I just called in to say that it was a rough 2 weeks. I'm glad that you got so much stronger during it, though, and I think that's what really matters. And it sounds like everybody was a little bit lost, and I think that it's nice that everybody's calling in to talk about that. Other than that Somalia guy, I don't even think he knew why I was calling.
What guy?
Somalia? I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it very Italian, maybe more so. But that thing with Crawley, that Aleister Crawley.
Aleister, yeah. Aleister called.
Yeah, but it's actually named after Aleister Crawley.
Quick quote.
I would be such a strong and resilient handicapped person, but sadly, I may go my whole life without anyone ever knowing that about me.
I would be such a strong and resilient handicapped person, but unfortunately, I may go my whole life without anyone knowing that about me.
I love that one. So true.
It's so true. I mean, that's, a lot of people say, like, Leslie, that's not funny. Leslie, stop saying stuff like that. Stop trying to, I can't tell if you're trying to be, trying to joke around or not. I'm not.
They think you're trying to be funny?
They think I'm trying to be funny.
That's stupid.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, that's stupid. No, this isn't a joke. Now, Jenny, let's get back to you though. Okay, so we're off the meds. We're on anti-inflammatory foods. We're sucking celery juice out of the stalks. We're exploring a different part of ourselves, and you're feeling good though.
Way better.
Way better. There we go.
My cat got sick even. Whole thing's been... Happy 4th of July, I say,
Wow.
They can keep it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like
it.
Now, okay, so now that we're back here, how are you reflecting on this experience? How do you feel right now?
Right now, I feel peppy. I feel that my goals are back in line. I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to write them down again. It doesn't feel quite as dark. It was very dark. I went to the darkness.
Right. Yeah. We got to do that every now and again, huh?
I guess. This one was a quick one. It feels like sometimes you can just decide, hey, that's enough. That trip was long enough. Right. And you can just, and then you come back.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You know what I love? I love how some people, like, that's literally like the extent of their experience with it. So then they get this like kind of bliss trip about it. They're like, oh, you just got to not do it.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't work like that. And also, you're literally cutting your penis off in a spiritual sense by having that attitude. You're castrating yourself.
Truly. Well, because you might get stuck there.
Well,
You
you're
can't
going to get
just
stuck
say-
there, and you're just
You can't just
bolstering
pop
your
out.
Yeah, you're bolstering your defenses against the power that's coursing through your veins at that point. That's why I love, people think I'm joking when I say this, but I love working with figures like Gary Vee, right? Or these other sort of like kind of vaguely self-help figures that are so defended against the version of themselves that is screaming to be let out. And that's who I love giving the program to.
We need a scream room. My mother works somewhere. They have a scream room. And they'll just go in there and moan and scream and pound on the ground. And they pay thousands of dollars to do that. And I feel like, do it at home like I do.
Yeah.
You know,
Why do they pay money for that?
They call it therapy of some sort. They're also getting physical therapy at the same time. I don't know. I told you about this guy. They call him the Lord. My mother does accounting, and she loves it in her little closed office, and she gets to listen.
Yeah. It sounds
My
like
mom's a riot.
I have some colleagues like this. Yeah, they're predators, to put it mildly.
To be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I would love to be a fly on the wall in their little sessions. And see,
Yeah.
there are all sorts of different forms of that sort of stuff. But I would
And
love
then they
to.
go home and they make dinner for their family and they smile and say everything's great.
Yeah, no, it's terrifying stuff. Terrifying stuff. I one time, I worked with a, and I could see the writing on the wall. I worked with this woman, family. She was a mother of 3. One of the kids was blind and only had the first knuckle of all their fingers and toes. So their balance was all fucked up, and they were blind, and they had just like kind of weird hands. And
Just
she
that,
would.
but they could walk around.
What was that?
Could they walk around? Were they like cognizant of what's happening? Like,
Yeah. They were cognizant. They understood, but like they just kind of looked fucked up and had a difficult life, and were a burden on the people that cared about them.
okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so to kind of wrap that up, yeah. So, make a long story short, she's going to this like kind of primal scream therapy, right? She's screaming just like sounds, no words, sounds. The thing is, if you don't get the actual words out, which was the first thing I did with her, she wasn't ready for it. She just started crying about how she hated this fucked up little son of hers, blind son, fucked up little hands. Hated it.
Say blessed child, maybe instead.
Yeah, she went home and she tried to kill them and herself. She succeeded on herself, but only made her children even more handicapped. And I think the blind kid's retarded now because she tried to like put a bag over their head and stuff, and she wasn't as thorough as she should have been. Horrific story all around, but really speaks to the
I like
the
to say
need
a
for this program.
loser,
What was that?
and a quitter, every degree.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Loser, quitter, and weak, frail.
Well, weak little, whatski.
I could have given her the tools by which to, and that's the thing.
I would have given her a lot of tools.
Yeah. What kind of tools did you given her? That's a really interesting question, Jenny. Go ahead.
Yeah. She absolutely wouldn't be allowed to be near that child ever again. Ever.
Okay,
or
that's
any child for that matter.
one direction.
Or probably breathe oxygen. Well, I don't. I'd help her quit. I'd show her the right path. I'd do whatever I could for tips. I'd make a grocery list for her. Just anything that I could help for her to facilitate this moving as quickly as possible for herself to heal. That's what I do. I think that I'm not a professional like you, Les.
No, you're not. Luis _A.
I have jars of piss buried in my backyard.
Just to relay that one, I have jars of piss buried in my backyard. And that's just like a kind of a personal share for me. It's kind of just to let you know like a little bit about my life. But listen, Jenny, this has been a terrific call. You've been a real peach tonight. I'm glad that you're out of the darkness.
Just wanted to hear your voice, Les.
Huh? And I'm happy to hear your voice. I'm glad that you made it through tonight. You know, you're one of the handful of people. I'm really glad that, you know, some of these calls I could have left. You know, I could have left at the doorstep. I didn't really care for them, but I'm glad you got through.
You're my dogsy.
Namaste to you, Jenny. We'll be back on Thursday if you're around, though.
You got it, brother. Namaste, Les.
You got it. You got it, sweetheart. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Cougar Pie saying, good caller. 20 bits, good caller. Namaste, Cook. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Hello, Leslie. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. Poet, great to hear from you. How are you doing tonight, brother?
I am so glad that you are back.
Oh, I too am as well. I too am as well. It feels very good, and it feels good. You know, get some of these new people in here. We got some new people in chat, new people calling up, but I'm glad that we can get to some of our, you know, some of these key figures in our community like yourself and Jenny and you know, some of the others. But listen, I don't want to spend too long not beating along the bush because I know your life isn't good. How has it been for the past week and 5 days?
Miserable since you've been off.
Quick affirmation for days. Listen, you can get a buzz cut and let it grow out. A lot of people can't. Normal straight or cis people are going to look fucked up, but you just kind of look at it. It asks questions, but you don't need an answer because you're already out there. So you can kind of relish that. Nobody knows where you're going. Namaste, Luis _Ray. That was a non-binary affirmation. Now, Peppercorn Patty, thank you so much for that single bit. Namaste. Poet, talk to me. Your life is not good. How has it been?
I missed some shifts at work because I couldn't get out of bed. I got a rejection letter from the Social Security office, and to boot, I've gone no contact with a couple family members. It's been a shitty 2 weeks.
You're taking some lumps. So you're missing work because you are essentially disabled, and then you apply for disability through Social Security. They say you're not disabled enough, hot shot. You know, they're basically just treating you like you're Tom Cruise running your own stunts in a movie that you're constantly living in. Arguably a way more boring. Can you imagine Tom Cruise making a movie like Your Life?
It would be so disheartening.
Yeah.
I think the suicide rate would go up.
Yeah, probably. I think a lot of people that'd be look to Tom Cruise for nice escapes, high octane action films to see like what would essentially be like an art film, like a really sad Eastern European art film, mumblecore, like not going anywhere, lots of pain, no conclusion. I think it would trigger a lot of suicidality, to say the least.
Yes. I mean, mayhap now, how do we get this film made? Less people is better for the economy.
Say that one more time. I didn't understand that. Go ahead.
Oh, I said perhaps we should greenlight this film. Fewer people, better economy.
Look at that. Not just think of the micro, think of the macro. Beautiful mind of yours. Now, so miss the shifts. You still work there, though, right? Are they understanding about your situation?
Yes, it's one of those churn and burn jobs, customer service deals where you can show up when you want to, and they don't really care because they don't offer any benefits and they don't pay. So, I mean, they pay the minimum wage, but ha ha ha.
Then Social Security, and is this your first round of applying?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get a lawyer for it?
Not yet. I have to get another rejection before I feel like I should get an attorney.
You have to get one more rejection before you can get an attorney?
No, I feel like I should.
Okay.
Every attorney, because I tried speaking with an attorney beforehand, and they said, you haven't been rejected yet. I'm like, oh, okay, that doesn't make sense. And they're like, we only fix the problem after there's a problem. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
I love it. Being disabled is so funny.
I agree. It's a dark comedy, but comedy nonetheless.
I mean, that is some rich comedy. Namaste. You got somebody who can't move very well, sending little emails, creaky little painful fingers, and they're saying, hit the bricks, hot shot, hit the bricks. And Phil Z74, really interesting perspective that I wanted to share with you, Poet. Phil Z74 with a communal vision, sharing more like mom cruise. Any response to that?
I didn't hear it. I apologize. I had to cough.
That's all right. I'll go ahead and repeat that because it bears repeating. Phil Z74, the communal vision to kind of add to our discussion right now. Phil Z74 says, more like mom cruise. Any response?
Ha, ha, ha.
So you enjoyed that.
That is my response.
You enjoyed that.
I
Tickled
did.
you, huh?
That was quite humorous. I
Mom
ain't mad
cruise.
about that.
Mom cruise. Interesting. Maybe like a mom doing Tom Cruise stuff or Tom Cruise with a Miss Doubtfire thing. That would be interesting. Tom Cruise is Miss Doubtfire, huh?
You know, I would be much happier to see Tom Cruise put in one of those giant wicker things and then set on fire while the bees attack him.
So Tom Cruise in that Nicolas Cage vehicle.
Yeah, but IRL, I think that would be way more entertaining. Eat the rich.
You know, I had an idea for a movie the other day. It was instead. Have you ever seen are you familiar with the movie Face Off?
Is that the one where John Travolta trades faces with that other guy?
Yep, Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I am.
Now, I had an idea for a movie called Cock Off or Penis Off, something like this, where a cop has to trade penises with an underground sort of crime boss, crime villain, and then it fools everybody. Nobody knows who he is because he's got the guy's penis.
I think it could work in a porn.
Poor with an attempt to punch that up. Cock swap. I mean, that's got a rhythm to it, but it kind of ruins the vibe of what we're going for. So, poor maybe back to the drawing board. Not a good idea.
No.
Yeah. So everybody's loving the thing that I said. Poor, not so much. Now, do you see any movies?
The last movie I watched was the Nicolas Cage vampire movie, Renfield.
Oh, and how'd you like it?
I laughed a lot. I'm like, this feels like old school Mortal Kombat meets like a vampire movie. I am enjoying this.
Namaste. And was that in the past week and a half or so?
About 2 months ago. The
Okay,
next movie on my list
this is a
is
little bit further back reach-wise.
I don't watch a lot of films. I'm mostly a reader and writer. I don't really, sometimes music, but not a lot. Sometimes plays, but I prefer to have the written word. And I know you're not a big fan of reading.
No, not at all.
But it's one of my few escapes because it allows me to really use my mind and escape into a fantasy realm that takes away the idea of me being trapped in this flesh prison.
Well, yeah, I think you reading is different than like an able-bodied like hunkosaurus or something out there. It's like lifting big old rocks and running around and stuff. That person reading is much more of a
that's
just
scary.
That's I would if I got that guy in my office first day, I'd be like, listen, bro, do you know how to read? And he'd be like, yeah, I can read. I'd be like, you need to fucking stop, because you can't be this like conventionally attractive hot little thing out here and read. You're saying no to a power that you can barely even begin to conceive. And I would give him the program. I'd give him a pamphlet, and I would I would give them instructions. That would be my. But so you reading is a different situation. I think it's unsightly that you do that. You insist, but also a different context. I think that's important to keep in mind.
No, I don't see any disagreement there. Also, I would like to say BVS 420. Poet sounds like a hedonist-ass dude who lays on an ottoman demanding grapes. Yes, and chocolates, and head pats, and belly rubs, and kisses. Sure, I'll take all of it. But, I can't because that requires a lot more Zinakizwa. I don't know how to say that word that I have.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt. Yeah, something like that. And also, I would, I see where you're going, Beavis, and I appreciate you sharing that because I love getting different perspectives, and I love the conflict. I love the negativity. Genuinely speaking, I'm not being ironic about that. Beavis 420, though, one thing on Ottoman, if someone was a hedonist or whatever the word would be, I don't know if Ottoman would be the right one, right? Ottoman's that little square thing you put your feet on. Am I wrong?
No, I think there's also that little, French Ottoman thing that's kind of like a short little, it looks like it's slightly bigger than a footstool that you kind of curl up on.
Yeah, but that's like, a hedonist would be on like a fainting couch or like a luxurious thing. Right? I don't know
or
if
like
an Ottoman is
stand
like
recliner, like something with, or people.
Like a
real
kitchen chair
hedonist
would
just
be
lay
more
on
hedonistic
people.
than an Ottoman, in my opinion, right?
At this point, what are those fancy gamer chairs? The Titans or whatever they are. Oh, what are they called? Oh, those are more hedonist. Secret Labs chairs are more hedonistic, I think, than an Ottoman.
I gotta agree with you. There. I think I am drunk and couldn't think of the word for the lay down one. The lay down one. The lay down one.
A sofa?
A couch? The lay down one. A chaise lounge.
Sure.
Or a fainting couch. I think those are very elegant.
A hammock. I could just reside in a hammock, and then when I wanted to go somewhere, I would just pay people to carry both ends of the hammock, so I just float it around everywhere.
Real quick communal vision from Pepper and Genie. No, BVS 420 instinctively clocked that Poet is poor and could only afford an Ottoman. Interesting angle. Poet, any response?
I mean, I've never claimed to have money. I mean, I even stated that I work at part-time.
No, you work minimum wage and you need disability. I think you painted a pretty clear picture if we didn't already get it. PhilZ74 says, recumbent sex cycle. Recumbent sex cycle.
That's a couple of multi-syllabic words that I don't quite put together correctly in my brain.
I don't think he knows how to do it either, to be honest. I think he's just kind of saying stuff. He said that it's late. He's just kind of putting this stuff together. Laser shark hedonism is seeking pleasure for the sake of pleasure. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't think if someone's into getting fed grapes and just getting their dick milked, I don't think they're necessarily going to curl up on it. I don't think they're going to see an Ottoman and be like, ooh, how decadent, how absolutely sinful, this 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot square thing.
Right? Oh, that just seems hilarious. I enjoy it. Well, but to get back on topic, with damage control, I just would like to say I am so very glad you're back. I am glad that the studio is up and running.
It is. Everything is back to normal. We are here, back to rip and roar, normal schedule style.
Excellent. And I'm glad to see so many familiar faces in the chat.
I know.
More people should really call in. I know sometimes you get hard on callers, but those callers really need to hear those words.
I know. Exactly, Poet. Exactly. And you're listen, and this is coming from somebody who I don't play games with Poet, right? We don't play games with each other, do we?
No.
No, we don't.
You've called me out.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. And it's only because I believe in you. It's because I am empathetic to your situation, and I believe in a power inside of you that is burgeoning, and your access to it is so much more direct as an increasingly disabled person. communal vision from Hypocryptomatic. I miss Wiki to the bone. Can we get a wick? Am I right? I am going to leave the line open for one more call after this. If it is Wiki, I will not hang up. If it is not Wiki, I will immediately hang up.
Namaste.
All right. Namaste, poet. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Give me guru.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Namaste. Ricky, how you doing tonight, brother?
Your face. Oh, I'm feeling really good. I did have a little breakdown. I had a little bit of a crash out at a show. But I'm so happy to see your face.
A crash out at a show. Now, I know this word all the kids are using, you know, about crash outs and whatnot. Talk to me. What did that look like in your case? A crash out?
Well, I was second guessing myself. This older lady I met at the bar said they want a rock and roll show at Jenny's Jug, Fancy Jug Shop, and it was gonna be great cooking night. All the older ladies was gonna be there, and I thought, you know, I really don't feel like this show is gonna, you know, mix with my kind of rock and roll. And we had a band called Bicycle Injury. They opened for us. There was a little punk rock, and the ladies seemed to get hip-hoppity about it. They was happy, and they did a pretty good job. But this guy's name is Chester Thunderstone.
Quick communal vision from Phil Z74. I am increasingly growing more and more gay for robots. Thoughts, Wick?
Well, you got to follow your heart there, Phil. Now, if you see a robot that make you sexy and give you stomped up time and you feeling like it, and she's super sweet to you. I mean, imagine a robot walking in, you had a hard day. She says, oh, it looks like you had a hard day there, Phil. Let me get you up here and walk your bath. Who wouldn't want that? I mean, the robot girl will do those kind of things. So I agree with that. Get you a robot woman.
Okay, so there we go. You are open-minded. You're pro-gay.
I'm pro making people happy.
Interesting. See, I'm not necessarily that, but I see where you're coming from. Now, listen, take me back into this story though, because I don't want to get lost. I want to get right back down to business with you. You were telling us you jumped right in, and Lord knows, listen, if you're jumping right into something, that means you got something to say, Wiki. So take us back into the story.
Well, it was just, you know, I have memories of call, and I like the older ladies. And I really had a good time there at the show. But when we was playing our last little bit, the lead singer, Chester Thunderstone, started rubbing his genitalia on some of the older females, and they felt offended. So I got up and got off stage, and I got all bigged up. I thought I was a big dog, and I punched him, and I broke my pinky knuckle and my ring finger on my left hand. So I've been in a cast, and I ain't really been able to work on any song this past week. And it must have been a synchronicity thing, because I was thinking, what would the guru tell me to do about this show? Because we didn't feel good, but they were going to give us money up front. And I was like, I just don't feel good about this old lady show. It's like, you know, the hot little cougar mamas are coming up, and they all stomped up. They drinking their tequilas, their sunrise juice. They got all the girl drinks going, and they all, I mean, you ever seen an older lady get so drunk she pissed her pants, and still she can do the caterpillar?
Ooh.
It's crazy.
So that's the vibe that you defended. Chester was going nuts with his cock, and you took out the trash, and then you got these old ladies pissing their pants doing the worm.
Oh, it was crazy. No, it was crazy. Those old ladies, those old buds, they can really make a dance move. But I broke my hand, and I ain't really working on it. But the synchronicity of it just felt so weird. And I knew after that night, and I punched Chester in his nose, and I broke my knuckle. I was like, oh my word. I've broken the knuckles, the magic 2 knuckles down there. They get those last little keys. I might have to take a little time and reflect on what I'm doing. I'm getting a little too, and the girl who runs the shop is a younger lady. She said, "Oh, look, Wiki had a crash out."
No, everyone, I've seen this phrase. This is why I'm confused. This is a conversation that I've had with my temporary roommate, not Mish. Make some money selling that pee underwear, says Phil Z74. Any response?
I bet there's a market for everything. Monkey paws, pee-pee underwear, doo-doo jeans, probably boots full of mud. I'm sure you can sell all kind of things. Everybody got all kind of weird things they like to do.
Now, the thing that I was about to share was that this is why I get confused about the term crash out. And this is, like I said, this is a conversation I've had with my temporary roommate, not Mish. You guys might know moderator, not Mish. Now, she says, we were talking about this phrase, and this is something we kind of agreed on, that we hear this phrase crash out. And she's generally more online than me, so she sees this a little more frequently than I do, certainly. And she says that, people say this crash out business, and then she investigates, and she finds out that this crash out is simply an expression of emotion.
Okay.
I think, and the use of this term crash out really speaks to a profound alienation between a lot of the youth and their own emotional states and being and expressions. They are so affronted by the expression of a genuine embodied feeling that it must be out of control. It must be crazy. It must be a crash out, like a car accident or something.
Yeah, that's really deep. I was not crashing out. I did not. I had full control, and I knew what I was doing.
No, that sounds.
And
I mean,
when
this is all classic wiki to me. This is all very classic. This is.
But I figured maybe it was a crash out. I didn't really know what it meant either. But she said, "Look, Winky's crashing out," because I couldn't stop whipping on the boy after he started rubbing his nutsack all up on them older cougar women. You know they gonna be all drunk, and he gonna try to take advantage of several old ladies. And my call, you ain't getting up in my bedroom with my call. I'm sorry,
brother. No, this is positive. This is positive. This isn't. I don't sense a crash out, and to me personally, this is not. I don't read what you're sharing right now as a loss of control, embarrassing public display. I see somebody who felt the need for a physical altercation in order to check someone. I think that was positive. I think that's good, and I'm glad. I don't like that you're broken, but we, as an artist of your esteem, I'm sure understands these moments of loss, these moments of not being able to express yourself can be just as valuable and important as practicing the craft itself. Would you agree?
Oh, you are more than, you're so deep. You're like a pond. You're like one of them deep ponds that you just can't get to the bottom of, Wesley. And when you say something like that, it hits me in the cold, right in my belly button. And I'm feeling it right now. It's a really deep statement. And I did not have a crash out. I knew what I was intended to do. I wanted to whip his ass. You don't rub on an old lady like that, especially if they ain't got a one in a while, and some young little fella gets his little pecker all up on a lady. She gonna be like, "Yeah, let's do it," because they had way too many drinks. I just had to put a stop to it. Couldn't do it.
Listen, I'm glad you took out the trash. And listen, I want to say hello to Sparkly. I saw Sparkly. I don't know if you're still here. Sparkly, also Spoopy. Namaste, Spoopy. Blessings to you. Good to see you, by the way. Great to have you. Great to have you at another exploration with Leslie Tanner, exploring damage control. I've been off for the past week and 5 days, and I've left this community in utter shambles, destruction by their own means, without me as a guide and the program as a bench post in their lives. Now,
that even go for me, Guru. I lost it.
Well,
I
you
knew I
say
shouldn't
that,
have
you
done
say that, but I don't believe it. It sounds like Wiki is holding it down.
Yeah, I did hold it down for the older ladies. I really like them. I respect them a lot. I appreciate them.
Now, listen, Wiki, I know you're injured, brother, and no pressure at all. No pressure at all. But, you know, I know we like to wrap things up with a little bit of a song usually, and I'd be, who the hell would I be to not at least ask, right? I know I'd be letting me down. I'd be letting the community down, everyone in chat. As partly, they're all thinking the same thing. Is Wiki going to be able to do a song even though he's injured? So I'm just going to throw it to you, Wiki. Again, if you want to and you feel up for it, please, we would love it. But if you're injured and just not feeling it, do not even for a second worry about it at all.
I'm enjoying the pain, Guru. And tonight, I would like to go back to the original pain that brought me into the program and just feel the pain in this whole arm and just let it flow and understand I need this kind of pain sometimes to teach myself a deeper truth.
Wow.
And I'd like to go back to a song. It was like my second call in, and I did a song called Filthy With a Pig. And I felt like Chester Thunderthumb was a filthy little pig that night. And I really had to do something.
Filthy. This is, honestly, I think this might be my favorite. This might be my favorite of your songs.
All right.
All right, so listen, I wouldn't pause the music on my side. Whenever you are ready, take it away, Wick. It's all yours.
All right, but this one called Filthy With a Pig. And it goes a little something like this. A one, 2, 3. Wow, sweet, think of your flower. Boom, boom, boom. Suck me in once again. I can't get no. You got me crawling on my knees again. Hanging by a foot now, honey. As you watch me twist and shake. I ain't got nothing left of me. You done ate it all up now. Wow, fill me with a pig. You push and you shove and you hurt what you love. Fill me with a pig. You push and devour, you turn the sweet into sour. Wow, 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 wow. And that's the first buzz of that one there, Guru.
Wow. Wiki Whipple. Again, like I said, that's one of my favorites. I fucking loved that, and I really appreciate you sending us off on such a wonderful note, Wiki Whipple.
Oh, we always having a good time. Namaste, and rock and roll, everybody.
Namaste. You feel better, okay, Wick?
I'm going to get better, Guru. We're going to do it.
Namaste. Have a wonderful night.
Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Wow. What a night. Blessings and namaste to everyone. Guys, thank you for all being here on the first night back, making this a tremendous return stream. Blessings and namaste to everybody that was able to be here tonight, especially those that stayed the entire stream. Holy moly, what a marathon. 3 hours and 23 minutes nearly. Now, also, I want to thank my moderation team, Fram and Peppercorn Patty and Jessica Bears and Not Mish and namaste to you. Psyduck with the gun, 5 bits. Blessings and namaste. Cooker Pie for gifting all those subs. Bit Wars for that big old sub gift. Also, thank you to my community of devoted light at patreon.com, guys. Type !Final Journey or click this link right now for instructions on how to join my community of devoted light if you feel called to do so. Otherwise, guys, we'll be back Thursday. I'll see you then.